all part of life. But you must keep the groove on and enjoy every single day. I'm sure you've had some happy days before. So what makes you think you can't have more? Keep on fighting and you'll see. You will soon see rainbows. Hey, come on! La 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 la, la 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 la, ba-dum ba-dum boom. La 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 la, la 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 la, ba-dum ba-dum boom. La 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 la. Beautiful clouds, where you are, there are beautiful clouds, where you are, oh, oh.
The recommendations of the engineers, they are asking for the power to go off so they can work on it.
Why? Because we are, this power line is here. You are also building some substation here. Which engineer will recommend that unless you put this line off, I cannot work on this?
But that's the recommendation, they say.
It is not. They are lying to Ghanaians. They don't have any reason, so they have to lie. If you tell one lie, you need several lies to maintain the lie. It has been said that two things that are difficult to maintain in life is lies and luxury. Lies and luxury. The people they are forcing to talk, they are not sincere with us. Dumso had come. And this one has come because of the negligence of this government. It is because of their actions and their inactions that has led us into this situation. So they must own up. The politicians must be speaking as well.
And not just
they should not be pushing. And you see, the way they have compromised state institutions, didn't we make noise about it? You change all the leadership in the power sector and put your stooges there. So the stories they are telling you is the is the politician stories that are being told, except that the people are coming with the face of not being politicians.
I am putting it on record here, Captain. Say, ain't justified. Say Ghana and experience doom so bien after 2016 for even 1 day. 1 day of doom so after 2016. Haram. Musukra.
For the past 3 weeks to 4 weeks, they've been shedding load on a daily basis. Yesterday alone, they shed 530 megawatts. This afternoon, exactly 12 o'clock, the lights went off. That is why people are stuck in the elevator. Yes. And you still have the temerity to tell us that the lights are on. Mr. Speaker, that cannot be the case.
1 month of load shedding is more than enough. This is not sporadic. This is continuous. This is persistent. And we think that the handlers of the power sector should do the onerous thing by informing the people of Ghana so they can plan ahead of time. This deliberate fixation on denial and deceiving the people of Ghana can no longer hold. We therefore call on President Akufo-Addo, Dr. Bawumia, and this government to do the needful by telling the people of Ghana the truth.
Mr. Speaker, it is worth emphasizing that I inherited a nation plagued by doomsday, but I'm very happy to say that I leave office with the lights on. This achievement did not come without its challenges. When my administration assumed office, we inherited an energy sector legacy debt of $2.5 billion United States dollars. The Energy Sector Recovery Program, developed by government and the World Bank, projected that this debt would balloon to a staggering $12.5 billion United States dollars within 5 years if no decisive actions were taken. We knew that such a scenario would cripple the sector, undermine investor confidence, and plunge the nation back into darkness. Mr. Speaker, we got to work immediately. Through tough negotiations with independent power producers, prudent financial management, and targeted interventions, we've been able to stabilize the sector while keeping the lights on. I'm pleased to report that we've kept the energy sector legacy debt to $2.5 billion, the same level we inherited, and have averted the $12.5 billion debt scenario, despite the rising costs of energy production and the global economic challenges that have unfolded during my tenure.
You know, liars cannot go to heaven. And let me give you a Bible quotation. Proverbs 19, chapter 19, verse 9. It says, those who bear false witness will not go unpunished, and the liars will be destroyed. Proverbs chapter 19, verse 9. I expect that when MPP is telling lies, they'll leave it to the younger ones and the junior ones to do. And when the senior ones like Nana Akufo-Addo says that Dumso was not solved before we came, I heard him say that we could not keep the lights on. How can we run 24-hour economy? In 2016, Dumso had been solved. Nobody's lights went off in 2016. Nobody had load shedding in 2016. That is on record. Go and look at Gridco records. Go and look at ECG records. Nobody had load shedding in 2016, and that is a fact. Ezu. And he himself knows that Dumso was a generational problem, and that it was because of the lack of addition of generation over the years that crystallized in my time. But I did not do what he has been doing, shifting the blame to somebody else. I went to Parliament and I said I was elected to solve the problems of Ghana. I accept responsibility for the energy crisis and I will fix it. And I fixed it. From January to December to the following January, when we handed over to Nana Akufo-Addo, he should bear true testimony. Dumso had been solved. Ezu. And so, if you lie, you will not go to heaven. At his age, he should be preparing his soul for heaven. So he should stop lying.
Minister of Light. So light in my and me a comedy meal. You are also so light in Naminko yiti median in you. Ah, Dumso no and a peviana do. I mean, can one who is the minister? I have one John. Eh? In the evening you kill the light, afternoon you kill the light. Why? At least kill it one. But afternoon, evening, morning, you keep killing the light anyhow.
I must state plainly and without qualification, Ghana's power crisis, the doom that millions of Ghanaians have been enduring since January 2025, was not caused by any accident at Akosombo. It was caused by this government. The events of 23rd April are the latest and most dramatic symptom of a power sector left to decay under the NDC's incompetent stewardship. The Mahama government must not be permitted to use this incident as a convenient alibi for a crisis that predates it by more than a year. And the MPP minority will not allow that cynical rewriting of history to pass unchallenged. Let us be unequivocal about the timeline. Long before the event of 23rd April 2026, Ghanaians across every region of this country had been enduring persistent, unannounced, and devastating power outages. ECG had been issuing relentless emergency and maintenance schedules throughout April 2026. The ECG Director General had already issued public apologies for chronic power fluctuations, causing damage to household equipment and crippling small businesses. Communities were living in darkness, not for hours, but for days. Industries were hemorrhaging losses. Cold stores were warming. Hospitals were straining on generators. That was the reality of Ghana's power sector before any incident at Akosombo.
This is a human problem, so human beings can solve it. Where there is a will, human beings can solve it. Some people are not willing. Those people, they have to be sought for, sit them down, and cause them. Those who are not willing should be caused to be willing. That is what I'm talking about, leadership. But human beings, there's nothing that we can destroy, and there's nothing that we can build. Now that we have destroyed this, if there is the will for us to build, when we sit down, we'll build. It seems a complex issue, but we also need complex approach to be able to deal with this. So the approach should be multifaceted. When we sit down and Ghanaians put their mind to this, it can be solved.
Also, make us say, hi, I'm in so cry, a little bus to cry,
and until now, yet to Toroba, the so guma, said the bear, on funny panento, being so agalam say, I say, no Munawa Kunyare. Into Gusu, I see a camwasum. Then I buying boom, Naemi, and yet me, and also when you. The extensive pollution of water bodies due to illegal mining has hampered traditional water baptism in some mining communities, necessitating a shift to synthetic rubber pools in several districts to carry out the ordinance. In response to the several environmental and safety concerns in Galamsey endemic communities, the church is actively intensifying its advocacy with government stakeholders to combat illegal mining. Currently, to protect our members from health and security hazards associated with heavily polluted water bodies, all districts are strongly encouraged to construct dedicated baptistries at their central seats. This proactive measure is intended to curb the health dangers associated with conducting baptism in polluted water bodies.
The chairman of our church, myself, Honorable Elder Ofuswampofo, our local government minister, and several others are members of your church. A few days ago, one of our colleagues, Dr. Mary Osi, slipped a bit against you. And I want on this occasion to commemorate my birthday, to let the whole church forgive us. It was just a slip. It wasn't intentionally done to malign our church. I believe sincerely that you will forgive her and forgive us and accept us as your children.
As for this lady, she has made me more popular. Yeah. People like that, I don't think about them. Yeah, because she just made our church and myself more popular. If I held anything against her, like standing here to speak for 45 minutes, I would have said something about her. But I think that we all have our opinions on issues. And so let's just forget about this one. So I've forgiven her. And so don't worry. I want your heart to be to rest and enjoy this day. We want to pray for the Chief of Staff. As for this lady, she has made me more popular. Yeah. People like that, I don't think about them. Yeah, because she just made our church and myself more popular. If I held anything against her, like standing here to speak for 45 minutes, I would have said something about her. But I think that we all have our opinions on issues. And so let's just forget about this one. So I've forgiven her. And so don't worry. I want your heart to be to rest and enjoy this day. Yeah. Shall we rise in prayer?
We're talking about Galamsey. I have heard that there is somebody who says that some senior pastor has talked against Galamsey, so he's shouting at him. Tell that woman we are not afraid of her. It's not about party. We are not afraid of anybody. Like the Pope said, I'm not afraid of Trump's administration. If something is sin, it is sin, whether it is under Akufo-Addo or under Mahama or whoever. If it is evil, it is evil. You Ghanaians, you sit there and let the Galamsey go on. All your children and grandchildren will just die early. The thing is so evil. I don't understand why. I do, sorry for this digression. I do remember when I was chairman of Christian Council, I went with the current president, the Church of Pentecost head. We went to the then president and told him that Galamsey should stop. I was the one that led the delegation. We talked and talked about it. It's not just during this, it's not about party issues at all. If people cannot think beyond party, they should stop opening their mouths. And I'm serious about what I'm talking about. We are not afraid of anybody. No party. We were there before there was party.
opinion. It may be in the process of also sharing my opinion. Me can be Ghana fulfill say man can year na be this. Me you permit me akasa amanepsia. I abstract and apologize.
Okay.
Me respect papa no. Mpempe so a wadru enfie mu kra enye yize. So obesu nyame a prepare akodru chairman enye yize. Osan ye bema. Enti me stress on say in the process of also expressing myself in response to the statement he made. Se me kan asembia an kan yia me retract and apologize to him, the Church of Pentecost, and the general public. Opinion. It may be in the process of also sharing my opinion. Me can be Ghana fulfill say man can year na be this. Me you permit me akasa amanepsia. I abstract and apologize.
Okay.
Me respect papa no. Mpempe so a wadru enfie mu kra enye yize. So obesu nyame a prepare akodru chairman enye yize. Osan ye bema. Enti me stress on say in the process of also expressing myself in response to the statement he made. Se me kan asembia an kan yia me retract and apologize to him, the Church of Pentecost, and the general public. Opinion. It may be in the process of also sharing my opinion. Me can be Ghana fulfill say man can year na be this. Me you permit me akasa amanepsia. I abstract and apologize.
Okay.
Me respect papa no. Mpempe so a wadru enfie mu kra enye yize. So obesu nyame a prepare akodru chairman enye yize. Osan ye bema. Enti me stress on say in the process of also expressing myself in response to the statement he made. Se me kan asembia an kan yia me retract and apologize to him, the Church of Pentecost, and the general public. Opinion.
I must state plainly and without qualification, Ghana's power crisis, the doom that millions of Ghanaians have been enduring since January 2025, was not caused by any accident at Akosombo. It was caused by this government. The event of 23rd April are the latest and most dramatic symptom of a power sector left to decay under the NDC's incompetent stewardship. The Mahama government must not be permitted to use this incident as a convenient alibi for a crisis that predates it by more than a year. And the MPP minority will not allow that cynical rewriting of history to pass unchallenged.
Government is broke, government is broke. The people are spending billions to go inside the government that is broke. Have you ever seen a minister who resigned because government is broke before? Government has no money. Have you ever seen a governor who said, ladies and gentlemen, when I was elected, I thought the government had money. Now I discover government has no money, I resign. Have you ever seen it? Government has no money, but they are bringing money out at election time. Where is that money coming from? So they are lying. What is happening is that there are two types of wicked people in government. Type 1, they eat current money. Any money they find in government, they will eat it. They are wicked about that one. There is type 2. Type 2, they eat current money and future money. They will say, my term will end next year. When I leave, how will I eat money? Let me borrow money now and borrow money of the future and eat it now. Government is broke, government is broke. The people are spending billions to go inside the government.
Thank you very much for joining the show. This is Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. It's a rainy morning, isn't it? Yes, it's a rainy morning, so be careful out there. If you're yet to come out of your house, please do remember to carry your umbrella with you. I don't know whether these days people wear raincoats. But yes, so back in the day, it was very fashionable for people to wear raincoats when it was raining. But I hardly see people wear raincoats lately or these days. But whatever it is, just be careful out there. When you're driving, also drive carefully, because the roads aren't that motorable when it rains in our part of the world. Anyway, so once again, good morning. Thank you very much for joining the show. This is Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. The show is also live on 94.1 FM. That's on the radio dial. My name is Awudu Moro, and it's always a pleasure to come here. It's a beautiful Wednesday morning, and this is the day the Lord has made. Indeed, we're glad in it. I want to say a big thanks to you for tuning in every day at 7 a.m. and ending with us at 9:55. And because you like the quality of the conversations and the quality of the guests or the human resource or the resource persons that join us on the show, we're grateful that you have stayed loyal to us throughout the years, almost 25 years of Good Morning Ghana. So here I want to say big thanks and congratulations to Dr. Randy Abbey. You're the one who set the pace, and some of us who are here are continuing from where you left off. But yeah, send us your feedback. Let us know whether you're still excited and impressed with what you're seeing now. We'll be more than happy to go on Facebook or on YouTube or any of our social media handles and give us some feedback on what you think about Good Morning Ghana show and what we can do to make it better. Let me say today is the 29th of April 2026, and I say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. So I can now go ahead and look at what the papers are reporting, and then and the online as well. Shall we? All right. So Daily Graphic says Ghana rejects U.S. health aid deal, cites sensitive data sharing concerns. There's Absa Group CEO ends Ghana tour. There's a 57.2 million cities on earned salaries recovered. There's Gold Board records 5.45 billion cedi surplus for 2025. And then the Ghanaian Times this morning is reporting that Gold Board generates unprecedented overall surplus of 5.46 billion cedis in 2025. And then you have one arrested over murder of Indian national in Kumasi. IGP deploys special team. And there's Catholic bishops defend church stands on Galamsey. Restoring degraded forest, Ghana requires 19 billion cedis FPD F chairman, and the Skribwedi Mensa driving excellence at NPRA. The Daily Guide says the Oforiatta U.S. immigration case set for June 15. The Afoko's office clarifies MPP Council of Elders meeting. Dumsor is back. Don't blame Akosombo Fire, according to Minority. NPRA's digital system reshapes pension sector. And there's ritual murder hit Sefiwi also. 2 robbers killed in police Ghana battle. The Herald this morning says CID arrests 3 over $14.315 million Turkish gold deal. Council of State member cleared. Yoko's payroll probe collapsed. Mahama government rejects America's $109 million health deal over people data access concerns. Wipewura praises Boston Energy's MD as warrior of development. And then there's Ghana's pension system to modernize with NPRA's digital drive. There's petrol and diesel falls, but the LPG surges in May pricing window. The Ghanaian publisher says NPRA unveils ambitious pension digital shift. Doomsor crisis, Akosombo Fire not responsible, according to Minority. Edubwa in the trial, multiple admissions by witness contradict state's claims. Wager MP gifts BCE candidates made in Wager sandals. Otunfo Hills Nick Danso. The Insight says stop burning hemp revenue. Rastafari Council urges government demand cannabis policy shift. There's Lands Minister Naimos tighten grip on Galamsey kingpins. Republic versus Edubwa in key admissions from AG's witness Edith Ediamwa reportedly contradict AG's case. And the Nzema chiefs demand restoration of Adamos mining license, say job losses will be threat to national security. And as Italy, FIFA dismissed U.S. proposal to replace Iran at World Cup. Government decision on Adamos mining leases apt, according to one Isaac Tandor. And Dr. Xavier Susu named among 10 prominent Ghanaian lawyers dominating the legal space. The Daily Post this morning is reporting that It says, you are a warrior of development, not war. Wipewura to Bost Energy's managing director, Afechi Awuno. Afechi, you're not looking badly at all in your fugu. I think this is the Gunja. There's the Gunja way. Anyway, congrats to you. Congrats, Afechi, for this feat. And there's also exclusive. Ghana rejects proposed U.S. health aid deal, citing data concerns. Akosombo down, 4th unit to stored power generation capacity boosted. Interior Minister reaffirms Ghana's commitment to refugee protection. Let me now go online. So my Joe Online says that a power boost at Akosombo as 4th unit comes back online in late night breakthrough. There's a "We won't be silent." Christian Council defends right to speak on national issues. And there's also mystery deepens as 2 arrested in disappearance of a crack couple. And then there's GFA to receive $2.5 million from FIFA to prepare for World Cup and $10 million for qualifying for tournament. That makes it $12.5 million. Okay. Now, the City Newsroom says Ghana's banking sector strengthens as assets surge to 465 billion cedis, according to BOJ report. Gridco file 4 generation units restored at Akosombo, according to the Energy Ministry. And the South Africa leads Ghana's export destination in Africa. Let's now go to the Ghana web. It says, what kind of mentality is this? South Africa's Queen V hits back at Zablakwa and Ghanaians. And the re-imaging development finance, the role of philanthropy and community foundations. There's UAE leaves OPEC and OPEC Plus. Players who cover mouths face red card at World Cup. Wow, that's quite strict. This was a banker in court for allegedly stealing $12 million. Let's now look at Metro TV online.com. Tiny crowns Lord Kenya greatest rapper ever in hip life history. I couldn't agree more with that. Quality education, property affordability, key to reducing homeless, according to a property analyst. And then there's a funny face wants you to stay away from drugs. And there's the AMA clears unauthorized mechanic activities, abandoned vehicles at Obejabi Lamte interchange. All right, so that's it. For the newspaper and the online review, please stay with us. This is Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television on a rainy morning.
Ideal property shouldn't be a daunting task. At MNC Properties, we believe everyone deserves a place to call home. That's why we specialize in providing affordable housing options under our flagship project, Fresh Property Joy, specifically designed for low and medium income earners. Our range of customizable homes includes 2- and 3-bedroom standard and executive options, all meticulously crafted using innovative interlocking brick technology. We understand the importance of simplicity and convenience in the acquisition process. That's why we have designed our procedures to be straightforward and hassle-free, offering flexible payment options tailored to your individual needs. In addition to our affordable homes, we proudly offer litigation-free lands for sale in vibrant and upscale communities that present the perfect opportunity to build your dream home. We are committed to making affordable housing a reality, providing you with the joy of owning a home that meets your budgets and aspirations. Whether you're looking to buy, rent, or invest, we've got you covered. Our service team is ready to assist you on 030-255-1917. MNC Properties.
Mommy, good morning.
Oh, good morning, my son. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, Mom. How about you?
I'm fine.
Joe, I just saw your mom doing her usual morning routine. Like, it was just 2 weeks she underwent a major colon surgery.
Bro, see, my mom is doing perfectly fine, and we're all excited about it. It was minimally invasive surgery, and the recovery has been very fast.
Minimally? Hey! No, wait. What do you mean by that?
So they offered my mom a laparoscopic colon surgery. Laparoscopic colon surgery, which we accepted. It turned out it was equally safe with a very fast recovery time, and the cost involved too was very, very reasonable. She was discharged 3 days after the surgery, and you can see her, she's on her feet again.
3 days?
Just 3 days, bro.
Mean Tuber Hospital, first Ghana colorectal center, aimed to serve a peculiar health need.
Hey buddy, it's me Azar.
Yeah, me now they see. Hey, you look fresh.
Hey.
With your label today.
Wait till you see what's inside me. Azar, freshly made inside and out for greater coverage and colors that last longer and beautify your walls, spaces and places. Azar, no size. Go ahead. Buy now. Azar, #1 from Azar Group since 1921.
Ghana for me chechi amuni nara me din ede baby dapa me di ade sonko kra na ebremo nya ode to aduane mo ama waduane e depa na me de bremo eno any some spices dey emu wa no bebre o various flavors ubenya eya akoko ubenya nyantwie ye di ku jollof ma emu ye de ubenya ye di ku nkwan ye di ku froye mu ho na kope bito na ema waduane enye de unyimi nia ye nkon ye konko tie nyankofo eka
Down when you communication we all enjoy Uduba. That's some spices. What in the essence don't fight. I'm going to get it. Some spices in a sabi. Daddy so say. Some spices. Some spices. Nyama chicken.
Some spices.
In Sanaka in Kitswa, measure 10 grams. Your chicken, spaghetti, garlic and ginger, stew, can jollof, and the flavors Alfredo bebre.
Some spices, yes, Saka.
Grab your bottle and unleash the taste of Storm Energy Drink. A bold flavor, a big attitude, feel the vibe. Own the moment. It's your time to be different. Storm Energy Drink. Make your mark.
Excessive drinking can be detrimental to health. Not recommended for persons under 18 years, lactating mothers, pregnant women, and people sensitive to caffeine. This advert is FDA approved.
Hello, my friends. My name is Kelkit Toothpaste.
Wow.
I was made to be gentle on your gum, but protected. I will protect your teeth from cavity, make your teeth whiter, stronger, keep your mouth fresh all day. And best of all, I'm strawberry flavored. So put on a smile and try me.
That's amazing.
Just try me. That's my job.
If you say so, jump on my brush. Makes your teeth stronger, chicky whiter, chicky stronger. Yay! You did it!
I'm glad you like your new toothpaste. Don't forget to brush both day and night.
Kelkits, happy smile.
In my line of work, a confident smile is everything. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste keeps me on top of my game and ensures my smile is always radiant and bright.
With the tiring nature of my job, we spend several hours under the scorching sun. To keep our teeth white and our breath fresh all the time, we use none other than Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. You're on a Kessie and in a kit one.
Samayo Kendini, who be here, Semetra Sapapadia to Amame Manfo, Kel Charcoal's natural ingredients, and a bomb is several buying, a man is swing, and a sansu mama hotel so a will beg you.
Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Choose Kel Charcoal Toothpaste for anti-cavity, whiter teeth, and fresher breath all day. Available in 80 gram and 150 gram. Grab yours today.
Kel, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
Looking for the ultimate oil city getaway? Welcome to the Groove Esipon Beach Resort, where luxury meets adventure. Host your meetings and events in our fully equipped conference facility. Relax our sparkling pool, unwind in cozy rooms, satisfy your cravings at our scenic restaurant, and enjoy fun-packed recreational activities and a walk through our charming menus. Whether it's business, pleasure, or pure escape, the Groove is your perfect destination.
Hive Management Systems, in partnership with the Solid Waste Association of Ghana, invites you to the Green Go Hub official launch and fundraising events. Theme: Powering the Circular Economy with Smart Technology, with a focus on incentivizing segregation at source. Join us at the Manfi Hall Gimba Green Hill campus on Thursday, 7 May 2026 at 10 a.m. Our special guest of honor is Niayi Bonte II, Bese Manche Adonte of the Ghana State, Chairperson, Nanama Entry, Executive Secretary of the Environmental Service Providers Association. Keynote addresses will be delivered by Honorable Samuel Nate George, Minister for Communication, Digital Technology and Innovation, and Professor Nanama Brown Kluche, Chief Executive of the Environmental Protection Authority. This event is proudly endorsed and supported by the Ghana National Plastic Action Partnership, the Environmental Protection Authority, the Ministry of Environment, Science and Technology, the Ministry of Communication, Digital Technology and Innovation, the Environmental Service Providers Association, Zoomlion Ghana Limited, and Indigo Foundation, with media support from Media General, UTV, Metro TV, MX24, and 1957 News. To register as a sponsor or donor, visit www.gringo-hub.com or call 054-342-7085. Your fundraising host and MC will be Mr. Alfredo Kanze. With strategic partnership from Globalware, the East Legon Executive Fitness Club, Blue Skies, and Margins Group, this event is powered by MTN as the official title sponsor. Be part of the movement towards a cleaner, smarter, and more sustainable future.
All right. Good morning, Ghana. Here's what you're watching. My name is Aldo Moro. One of my guests is already seated here, and as usual, we'll kickstart our conversation. Big issues that are happening in our dear country, Ghana. So, our guest today is a man that you're not new to him. He's not new to this platform at all. He's been here several times, and for many years. And he is a man who we all know has an expertise when it comes, or mastery when it comes to energy and energy-related issues. But he also runs an institution. It's called INSTEP. I hope I got that good. INSTEP. You say INSTEP. Okay, INSTEP. All right, INSTEP. So he's the executive director of INSTEP and also a communications member of the NPP. In fact, at some point, he knocked on the doors of the delegates of the party, which is the New Patriotic Party, to give him the opportunity to lead the party. But the party folks said he should wait at the right time to give him that opportunity. Maybe one of these days I may want to ask him whether he has jettisoned that dream or that ambition, or is still there, except that we'll hear from him at the right time. Even though he said to me, to be fair to him, that now his focus and is to support Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia to become the next president of this country. That's his focus now. Maybe we don't know what the future holds. And, he's here with us. I'm talking about the man, Mr. Kojo Safwa Poku. He's with us this morning. Good morning, sir. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning, Moro. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Happy rainy morning.
Yeah, I wish you same. And you notice that usually when it rains in a part of the world, it has a massive effect on.
It depends what time. It depends on. There's a certain time when it rains, especially around 3-4 a.m. when it starts raining.
It can be very disruptive.
And it gets through in the morning. Then you realize that the morning doesn't become the same because it's a very wet morning. Yeah. And people just have a very lazy approach to work when it rains in Ghana. And sometimes for somebody who has lived in the UK and had to wake up for several years early morning to go do some key jobs before going to work or going to school.
Right.
I know what it means, whether it's December, whether it's spring, autumn, or winter, right?
Yeah.
There is no excuse for you not to catch that first bus before you miss your train.
Right.
So when I see that lax attitude in Ghana towards work in the morning, it's really amazing. I mean, I've had an instance where I have booked an interview, a job interview, right, for this lady. And on the time when the interview was due, the lady was not there. So I called her. She said, oh, it's rained in her area, so she's not been able to come out.
Right.
So can I reschedule the interview for her?
It happens everywhere.
I never called her back.
Why?
Everywhere where?
You never called her back?
No.
Why?
Hold on.
Oh, but she has a
Hold on.
genuine.
Where?
No, she has a genuine
Bro.
reason.
Hold on. I have to call her. The interview time was up. She's not there. She hasn't called me ahead of time to say that, oh, I have an emergency, I can't come, right?
Yeah.
I have to call her. Then when I called her, she said, oh, because of the rain, she couldn't come out of her house. Can I reschedule the interview for her? Then I will reschedule and call
I
her.
agree with you.
Please,
I agree with
listen.
you. No, I agree with you.
Some of the things some of us have to do in life, right? Work and school, work and work, right? In every country I have lived in, I have not done less than one job, right? In the US, when I was there for a while, I did 2 jobs. In the UK, I did multiple jobs. I actually had to go I had a key job. My mom had a key job. You know what a key job is?
Yes.
Okay.
The main job, isn't it?
Sorry?
That's like the main job.
No. Okay, so
what's
you don't know
a
what a key job is.
Okay. What's a
So
key job?
there is cleaning. You clean in the morning.
Right.
So you clean offices and apartments. Like, you know what your cleaners do here in the morning before you come in. So you have all these big banks and all these institutions that people have to go and clean before the workers come in. Now, in some of the banks, you have the key to the bank. So you're allowed to go in, you are given a code to clean the bank before the bank starts. And sometimes you do it in the evening after the bank is closed. But in the evening, you have a certain time to do it. So it's called a key job. So you have the key.
Oh, that's what you.
That's why it's called key job.
A key
you
job.
have the key.
Yeah.
So the cleaning is cleaning in the morning. So your key job in the morning, you have to go, and I have to do mine. Go with my mother to do hers before I go to work.
Okay.
I was doing it when I was going to school, and I was still doing it when I go to work.
Right.
When I finished school, I was working.
Okay.
So you wake up early, and you have to catch a bus.
Right.
If you don't catch that bus, you will miss the train because the train and the bus is scheduled at a certain time that early morning.
Right.
So if you have to catch the train if you have to catch the train at, let's say, 4:45, it means you have to catch a certain bus to the train station. You miss that bus, you miss that train, means you are late for work.
Right.
There's no excuse in the blister of snow. You have no excuse but to get up and go and catch that bus. So what are we talking about rain?
Okay.
It's only in Ghana, where when it rains, it's an excuse for people not to come out of their house. As we speak now, there's a lot of people watching us, not at work, because of rain.
Yeah. But we also have to make a case. So we also have to argue that, honestly, the topography, at the unique nature of our topography here,
where people live, in terms of the bad roads
and so on.
The debt
it's
and
also
the
a major
and all
issue.
that.
It's a major
that's
issue.
fine. Some
You
people
see,
get flooded.
One of the reasons why people like traveling abroad is not because they know that they would make more money compared to, say, if they're living here. But they will tell you that one of the main reasons why they travel abroad is because they know that the systems work. The roads are better, the taps are flowing, the electricity is on, the medical services are prompt, it's better, and so on. And that's why they want to live abroad. So some of them are living there. They're not making as much money as they probably would have made if they were here. In our part of the world, we pay our taxes, but essential social services are just not there.
Okay, so Mero, can I ask you a question?
If you live in a place like, say, a place like Santor, I don't know whether you've been there. Like the nature of the roads, God.
Okay, so you live in an area where when it rains, it's muddy, right? So it rains, there's flooding outside, it's muddy outside, so you can't come out.
Right.
Or you can, but it means that
yes,
right?
Yes.
Now, if you know that if you don't walk in the Ateche and you get to work and you be sacked, do you think you'll be at home and giving excuses, or you find a way to work in Ateche?
Well, it's a valid question.
Yes. So you see, we don't. You see, the problem is that.
But you see, in punishing, I agree with you. But you see, in exacting punishment on people for either derelicting duty or derelicting responsibility or for not, showing up at work on time, sometimes I think that you have to be realistic.
Okay.
Especially when you have a staff member who has shown over the years that you're very punctual.
Wow.
They take their work very seriously.
Thank you.
But you also recognize that Otesanto.
Well, that's fine. But
the job is not.
You haven't made in the US being snowed in.
Yes.
It's not an excuse not to come to work. You see, we make it look like you can have 2 feet or 3 feet of snow. You have to go out.
Yes.
Now shovel around your car. Move out and go to work. You don't show up to work because your boss was snowed in and your boss is at work. Let's not get it twisted.
But the question is, where does your boss live?
No, your boss is snowed in. He lived. Look, that's why I'm using snow.
If they snow you in and you live just 3 minutes away from or 10 minutes away from your office.
No, I'm saying that the circumstance. You are saying that somebody has a circumstance because of that they can't come to work. I agree. The off chance where the person lives where you mentioned and he's because of a chair or whatever. Right? If you can show that you were flooded, your house was flooded overnight, and you can take video and send your boss that, I'm dealing with flood in my house, I'll come to work. Your boss will agree.
Yes.
Right? But if you live in an area where it's only a chair that we are talking about, that's why I'm using snow. Right? In the US, you can wake up in the morning and you have 3 feet of snow. So you're snowed in, right? You need to clear your pathway to get to your car. And when you get to your car, you need to now shovel around your car to basically get your car out of the snow.
Right.
You cannot use that as an excuse because when you get to work, you realize that everybody's at work.
I agree with you.
So you telling your boss that you're snowed in is not an excuse.
Yes.
That's the point I'm making. So Ateche shouldn't be an excuse for you not to get to work. Let's not get, it's only that we accept a lot of excuses in Ghana, but it shouldn't be. Honestly, it shouldn't.
If you're just going to be applying the rules.
But that is why they are where they are, and that is where we are where we are. My point is that if your boss also lives, okay, what if your boss lives in Santo and he's also at work?
Well, listen, I'm just saying to you.
I'm asking the question.
No, I get it. And look, I don't disagree with you.
There you go.
I'm just saying that sometimes you just have to temper justice with mercy.
Yes,
not
I agree,
because you don't want to instill
temper justice with mercy that we are where we are.
Oh,
I
would prefer that you take decisions based on a certain consistency.
No,
if it's consistent,
and that is why,
then you say there's a problem.
That is why you are saying that when somebody I call that person, I should have called the person back. That's why you say that. Because you think that I should temper justice with mercy because it's just to MP. Anyway.
Oh my God. Let me also say that we'll be joined in the studio happily and by another gentleman. In fact, you guys have even taken the shots. You didn't even let me even introduce him. Hey, you people. That's the MP for Sa'anarogo. He's called Ata Isa. He's taught me how to pronounce it. It's Sa'anarogo.
Yes.
And he's a good teacher. Yes.
One of the few to mention it rightly.
Rightly, yes. A lot of people struggle.
I cannot mention
No.
Kojo
cannot.
But I was there campaigning to be president, so I cannot mention that place where the MPP chairman for Sa'anarogo is my very good friend. Of course. Bro,
from the early stage.
Yeah, but I'm saying that I went around the country more than 2 times, and I was in Sa'anarogo talk, and the chairman there is my very good friend. The MPP chairman for Sa'anarogo is my very good friend.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So I have been around the country, or by myself and also with doctors. So
but being around is not the same as ability to pronounce.
But if you're going to places and you can't pronounce the name of the places, then at least you've not made that effort. Then you've not made the effort. That's the point I'm trying to
make. It is not as if you haven't made the effort.
Because people take it very blasé that you can. But when people realize that you've been to a place, you can't pronounce the name of the place, and then you've been told a few times and you still don't pronounce it. You, as a politician, I don't think people would start taking you serious.
Yeah.
There is an ability not to, and you have been told and you still can't, then it becomes a problem. You should learn these things, at least you can't even say the greetings of the area, then the name of the area you shouldn't get it from. That's what I believe anyway.
Okay. All right. Let me ask you this before we get into our main. First of all, how's your party doing, the New Patriotic Party?
Very well. We are. Funny enough, 2 days ago, one of the first vice, and I have not greeted anybody this morning. You keep distracting me, so I can't do my greetings. Let me do the greetings very well so that I don't forget anybody. I want to start off by greeting Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. Sir, good morning. I want to greet all the senior and the elite and cherished members of the MPP, and also the people that did not find time to go and vote in 2024, but now they see that they've regretted, so they hope that 2028 can come early enough. Good morning. Look, the party is doing so well. 2 days ago, one of the first vice called me and said, Kujo, you know, the person who came up with this idea to do this presidential flag bearership early should get a medal. I'm like, why? He says, look, you know, we are doing our internal elections where we are getting people to pick forms for the polling station executives. So we've done the form picking. We're going to do.
I thought you'd rather start with the electoral area coordinator.
Polling station is
first before the
polling station. Then the polling stations elect the electoral area coordinator.
Oh.
The electoral coordinator supervises the polling station.
Okay, thanks for the correction.
Okay, so the polling station, they've done the form picking. They are doing the vetting very soon. And the cordial and smooth nature, nobody is rushing, nobody is fighting. There is peaceful. This whole process, and you know why it's peaceful? Because we don't have anybody trying to influence people on the polling album, the polling station album. It's only the MPs that some of them places where you have PCs, parliamentary candidates, that we don't have MPs, the orphan seats, that maybe there might be people trying to, but in large, because there is no presidential primaries, peaceful. You understand? If we had not done the flag bearership election and we were going to do this exercise, and the 5 contestants all were trying to put their people in the album, my brother, the chaos we would have had. Because you would have had Brian trying to put his people in there. Because you know the polling station is about 80% of the votes that is cast. Honorable Kennedy will put his people in there. Dr. Baumia will have put his people in there. Anybody who thinks he's a contestant will try to put his people in there. And it would have been chaotic. Today is peaceful. Because now if you want to be a polling station executive, you are going to be a polling station executive because you want to what? You want to work for the party. Not because you think you are going to elect a flag bearer.
But could you? Yes, I agree with you that if you hadn't held your presidential primaries early, there will be a jostle for placement at the polling station level. Fact. But it is also true that the fact that Kennedy Japan and Brian Champon and co did not succeed to become the flag bearer of your party does not mean that they will just fold their arms and say, so if somebody is at the polling station, a polling center, and calls Brian Champon and tells him that, look, I'm interested in becoming the polling center, because remember that these chaps or these gentlemen who contested with Dr. Mahmoud Baumia haven't just thrown in the towel or have retired from politics.
No, but these guys are not going to be there. No, I get where you're going, but these guys are there. But whatever ambition you have, these guys will not be there the next time. You know, this thing was just a one-off. It's not how we do our things. It's just a one-off.
Yes.
There's nothing that says that when we go past 2028 and we have to do the next polling station election, we'll do the presidential first. It's not in our constitution. It was just a special dispensation that we did this time.
Yes, I agree with you.
So you're going to call Brian? What is Brian or Kennedy?
Brian came. So see.
But I'm just telling you what is pertaining on the ground. You are saying the if. I'm telling you. You asked me how the party is doing, and I'm saying the party is doing well. You are trying to go up with the if.
Yes.
The if is not happening now.
How do you know?
Because it's calm. I'm telling you what is happening now.
No, but the calmness.
It's peaceful.
No, but I'm saying that the calmness of the process, in itself does not mean.
No, it does. That's what I'm telling you. It does. Yes, 100%. My brother, go and watch the videos for 2020.
That there are people who are aligned with Brian and Ken and who would want to become police station executives.
They are, but they are police station executives. But don't you get my point?
Yes.
The jostling in trying to align because of the coming up election is not there anymore. Go and look at what happened in 2022.
As compared to what's happening today?
Yes, 2022. Some of our offices were burnt. Some of our offices were burnt. There were serious chaos. Demonstrations.
Everybody wants to get their person there.
Thank you. Even that one that we had sitting MPs, sitting president, sitting vice president. No, this process, whoever. And
so you're saying that no matter how you look at it, it's still better?
Much better.
More peaceful and calm.
Calm, peaceful. So the party is doing well. We are going to, by May, first week of May, we will have elected the polling station executives, which will set the stage for the coordinators. And you know, we've extended the number, so there's going to be more people at the coordinating level than they were.
Yes.
So there's going to be, instead of just being one coordinator, there's going to be like 4 people more at the coordinating level. Then that will set the stage for the constituency election, then set the stage for the regional election, then the national election. By September, we'll have done with the internal process. We'll have a national executive council in place, and then we would announce the complete package of our fight for 2028.
Do you agree with those who say that Bawumia is quiet?
It's not. Quiet? Yeah, people, what do you do? Do you live with him? People who say he's been quiet don't live with him. Do you know what the man does? The man doesn't sleep. How can doctor be quiet?
I'm not saying he's
not
working.
Quiet,
I'm just saying quiet.
But quiet as in what? I'm saying
what are his views on the 1 year, 5 months old?
1 year, 5 months. That is why I'm here. I would tell you what his views are.
Yeah, but he's a leader.
No, you don't need bro. That is what your people who say he's quiet, they don't understand politics.
Okay.
You have people who deal with these matters. He gave a directive that the parliamentary caucus should engage. What do you call it? Should do engagements. You've seen the parliamentary caucus doing the engagements. He's directing what should be done. That's what leaders do. Leaders don't come to the front and start shouting.
So there's a theory that some people are propounding to express or to explain why they believe that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is quiet. And of course,
well, I'm saying that I'm just trying to. You see, you're trying to push a narrative. I'm saying that he has not been quiet. The fact that you don't hear from him in public, it's not his role to be in public because he has people. Why should he be in public? Oh, haven't you seen him? Hold on. In the last 1 week, haven't you? How many times have you seen us about me in the last 1 week? How many times have you seen him in the last 1 week?
Well, I haven't seen him at all.
Thank you. But in the last 1 week, he was at Otumfo's dinner. He got an award. Yeah. Congratulations, sir, for the award he was bestowed on you. Yeah. He was in Wassa, in the Western region, to attend a funeral. He was in the government chair the following day in Accra to attend so he's active. The fact that you don't see him or people who think that he should be riding around, that's not his style. His leadership style is not to be riding around. Oh. His leader, I'm telling you, he's not. Oh, what are you saying, Kojo?
Even as running mate.
Yes.
We saw the number of lectures he held.
Yes, but over what period?
Oh, does it matter?
Oh, yes, it does. Why? Because the mischief you are trying to do is that he gave. No, you are trying to do tomorrow. Let's not get there. Because the mischief you are trying to do is that as running mate, he gave lectures. So he's been elected for the last 4 months. Yes. And you should give him a lecture. Is that what you're saying?
Why not? What would be wrong with that? If he has,
we came here to decide.
If he has a stance on
now, in the past 2 months, in the past 4 months since he's been elected, right? The 2 dying issues in this country is people sleeping in heat and darkness and the cocoa issue. MPP have competent people like myself, like the Anodon Press and all the people at Fenyomarket, all the people to deal with it. When there's a need to bring out the bazooka, Dr. Bawumia will bring him out. For now, we are using the AK-47s.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Let's move on.
But are you not worried?
Not at all. No, why would I be worried? You're using wrong words. Why would I be worried? What's the worry coming from?
Let's land now.
Go. Your mischief have really come this morning. No, I don't know where the mischief is coming from.
I thought it started the one that won't allow me to be mischievous.
Go on.
But let me ask you this. I'm sure you've heard about the base.
No, the wee base.
Okay.
Sticker said the only base we know is the wee base.
I don't know where that is.
That's what Sticker said. I'm sure you heard what Sticker. Sticker said the only base there is the wee base. But Sticker is also from that area, so he should know better. He's saying the only base that's there is the wee base. Is that the wee base you're talking about?
Because he knows the wee base.
He says the only base, because there are two bases.
Which one?
You know, there is a base movement and a base Ghana First.
Yes.
And now they're saying that the two bases, the only one we know is the wee base.
Yes.
But I don't know which one you want to refer to.
I'm talking about the base movement.
The base movement,
Yes.
not the base Ghana First
No,
or the wee base.
The base movement.
Okay, let's go on.
Some people think that this base movement is perhaps the most potent existential threat to the MPP.
My brother, let's discuss something better. I don't want to use precious time to discuss unnecessary things.
Have you seen the numbers?
But listen, Mami can't say me
have you seen the numbers?
Mami can't say me sure.
When they were launching it?
Mami can't say me sure. You see, Moro, the two political parties, NDC, MPP,
yes,
right?
Yes.
Don't take us for granted.
Explain.
Ghana is a two-party state.
Duopoly.
Two-party state.
Finish.
Done. Look, we have gone, and everybody who knows political history in Ghana will tell you, from the Recumbro base to the reform, Gusitano, to no other lesser person, Obeda Samoa,
DFP,
to our mother, may God rest her soul,
NDP,
Konedu Ajima Rollins, who formed the NDC,
yes,
with the husband, the most potent Rollins. Look, I would never thought I would see the Rollinses hooed at ever by NDC, but that happened in Kumasi Sports Stadium when the Rollinses, who formed a party, were hooted at Kumasi Sports Stadium. Why? Because Konedu at that time has decided that he was forming a party. Did he make any impact on NDC? Not a single dent. Konedu, who had formed Veranda Boys and Girls, 31st December Woman, and all the things that you can think of, even her own supporters, Madam Faustina Nelson, Shirley Aite, all the big wigs who were the backbone of Konedu, did not follow her out of the party. Sherry Aite. Cecilia Madam Sarah Johnson,
yes,
and Faustina Nelson. Faustina Nelson.
Yes.
Veranda Boys and Girls. None of them followed her out of the party. She went by herself. Did it happen? Nothing.
Point is.
Then we have now come to Vincent and my own uncle Alan. Alan was the cuckoo dam of MPP. Challenged Nanado from time to time, and at any point in time felt that there's a chance for him, which we went to contest. He came third. He said that he's leading. Before that contest, there was a walk in Ashanti region, Ashanti March for Allen. Your people can play that tape.
Yeah.
Crowd till the eye can see. Allen's support in Ashanti region when he was contesting for the MPP flag bearership. Right? Ashanti March for Allen. But all those people were MPP supporters. When Alan left to do Afrafanto, most of the boys that went with him, the Adenta Kumis and all these people, finally realized that they made a big mistake, came back to MPP. Then, when Alan now was going around, he was in Abubuya, and only 2 people were behind him. That's the difference between when you leave MPP and NDC or when you are in MPP and NDC. Let's not anybody joke with the human capital MPP and NDC have. What is the movement? What crowd? Look, if you've got money to spend, you Moro, start going around the country and see the number of people that will fight over your t-shirt. Look at the number of people that will follow you around if you have money to spend. It is not for the faint-hearted. My father will tell you. What are you talking about? A movement. And you are using, listen, if you want to go for a match Monday morning and you are putting out t-shirts with Ghana flags in there, you give me one, I'll come with you. Because it's Ghana. It's not a political party. That's what they had. What I saw was people wearing t-shirts with Ghana flag. Isn't that what we all want? Patriotism?
But they're saying that whether Ken Japan likes it or not, he's going to lead them.
Yeah, okay, so that's fine, Moro. I think there are things that we came to discuss. I don't know why Moro wants to now bring it. But I think
this is just a warm-up.
Ken, Uncle Ken, Brother Ken, Honorable Ken, all the things, sir, I'm greeting you this morning. Honorable Ken Japan is too savvy, is too intellectual, he does not want. Please, would you do it? Would you do it? Thank you. If you won't do it, I would. Honorable Ken, who's been a parliamentarian for how many years and knows the in and out of politics, will go and wait. And even to make it worse, they are even in court already and fighting. Ejako and Otibonsu are now mudding up each other on radio, insulting each other and all that. They are fighting. Now Otibonsu is calling Ejako names, Ejako is calling Otibonsu names, and you think Honorable Ken should associate himself with something like that? Please, let's discuss important issues.
All right, so let's take a break. I'm sure that you would want to weigh on this matter.
Just to wish them well.
Yes, exactly. Just to wish them well. What is exactly, my brother? Thank you. Thank you, my brother. What is it that you want to discuss? Exactly. Just to wish us well. What else is there to say?
All right. Okay. Let's go on break. We'll be right back.
The ideal property shouldn't be a daunting task. At MNC Properties, we believe everyone deserves a place to call home. That's why we specialize in providing affordable housing options under our flagship project, Fresh Property Joy, specifically designed for low and medium income earners. Our range of customizable homes includes 2 and 3 bedroom standard and executive options, all meticulously crafted using innovative interlocking brick technology. We understand the importance of simplicity and convenience in the acquisition process. That's why we have designed our procedures to be straightforward and hassle-free, offering flexible payment options tailored to your individual needs. In addition to our affordable homes, we proudly offer litigation-free lands for sale in vibrant and upscale communities that present the perfect opportunity to build your dream home. We are committed to making affordable housing a reality, providing you with the joy of owning a home that meets your budgets and aspirations. Whether you're looking to buy, rent, or invest, we've got you covered. Our service team is ready to assist you on 030-255-1917. MNC Properties.
Mommy, good morning.
Good morning, my son. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, Mom. How about you?
I'm fine.
Joe, I just saw your mom doing her usual morning routine. Like, it was just 2 weeks she underwent a major colon surgery.
Bro, see, my mom is doing perfectly fine, and we're all excited about it. It was minimally invasive surgery, and the recovery has been very fast.
Minimally? Hey! No, wait. What do you mean by that?
So they offered my mom a laparoscopic colon surgery. Laparoscopic colon surgery, which we accepted. It turned out it was equally safe with a very fast recovery time, and the cost involved too was very, very reasonable. She was discharged 3 days after the surgery, and you can see her, she's on her feet again.
3 days?
Just 3 days, bro.
Mean Tuber Hospital, first Ghana colorectal center, aimed to serve a peculiar health need.
Looking for comfort, convenience, and class all in one place? Welcome to Stay Easy Apartments on Conference Center, where modern living meets exceptional service. Whether you're staying for business or leisure, Stay Easy offers you a home away from home. Spacious and well-furnished apartments, pool, gym, and everything you need to relax and feel at ease. Planning a meeting, workshop, or special event? Our event grounds and state-of-the-art conference center is designed to host your events and bring your vision to life. From corporate gatherings to private functions, we provide the perfect space, supporting supported by modern equipment and a professional team ready to assist you. At Stay Easy, your comfort and success are our priority. Book your stay or reserve your space today. Call us 020-739-1473 or 0244-226367. Stay Easy Apartments and Conference Center. Stay easy with us.
Yes, next. Hey, Nadia Benson,
Me didn't tum. Mr. Friendly Calico, just call me cockroach. Now, Mr. Friendly once now.
Hey, that's you.
Improve car.
Yeah.
Captain Mosquito, double the action. Me did this, so spray. Mr. Friendly so cool. Yeah, go to my
Come tum preko.
Changing, so should you. If you're dreaming, don't be afraid. And in the valleys, keep your head up high. Dare to dream with Puma drinks. Puma. Yeah, believe it, you can achieve. Puma. Oh yeah, clap your hands for the whole new vibe. Make we set the bliss. Oh yeah, come alive. Let me hear you.
Puma drinks, a whole new vibe. Another quality product from Casa Precon.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Hey, Banty, why you there? Well, lie, tell lie. Today, go give me my money.
Oh, my guy, what's up? About 17 and baby. Scan on ASA. 500 cities per. Ah!
I see. Level don't change. But to show me the way.
But there's some sorry, Amanua. Talk to babe.
¿Quieres ganar dinero?
Huh?
Cash.
Yes, cash.
Shisha kwa mpa edubeko nkunimdie mu. Call wada.on.us na me sign up. Ema ore mfi se udi wo telephone number so ebeka ho uwie a. Afei, be games no emu. Shisha one shot game. Fasika kume bitu ho. Afei, number se free 0 to 99. Yedie wakumape. Na obenya sikache die free 50 Ghana cedis. Kopim 500 Ghana cedis.
So it be easy like that.
Just like that.
So I'll go buy my dream car.
Por supuesto. Just visit wanaown.us and win some cool cash prizes.
It's Bemi. Boom!
Wanaown.
You be too much.
Play responsibly. Gaming can be addictive. Accredited and endorsed by the Gaming Commission of Ghana.
All right, you're still watching Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. My name is Audu Moro. Let me remind you, it's still a rainy morning, and so be careful out there when you're driving. Be careful out there when you're coming out of your house. Get your umbrella And if you have raincoats, I haven't seen one in a very long time, but if you have raincoats, please grab one. Anyway, I'm still here. I'm still here with Ataisa, who's the MP for the good people of the Sa'anerugu constituency, and also Mr. Kojo Nsafwa-Poku. He is an energy expert, and also he's the executive director for INSTEP, and also a communications member of the NPP. Now, Ataisa, I want us to move to a more substantive issue for the day. It has to do with.
Let me just greet.
Oh, you want to greet? Oh, yeah. Okay, that's fine. No, I agree with you.
Because
I agree with you.
So let me say good morning to our national officers and the regional constituency branch executives and all rank and file members of the great NDC. This morning, it's a rainy morning, like you said.
Okay.
But we are still here to serve Mother Ghana. So to that, and let me say good morning to my brother too, and to your good self.
Right.
NDC is also opening our nomination for branch executive selections on 2nd May. That's a few days away.
Okay.
And I'm sure you agree with me that so far it's also been peaceful, even though we haven't done our flag bearer elections.
Okay.
Normally, branch elections are not characterized with violence, normally. What in political party reorganization, what characterizes violence most of the time is constituency, regional, and national.
Okay.
For polling stations, if you go to the polling station level election, over 60% are not even elected. Most of the time, the party is owned at the community level. So they determine you have done well or not. And then sometimes it's a gentleman agreement. So, for example, there are communities in my constituency where one police station is shared by 3 communities.
Okay.
Because of their shared numbers.
Yeah.
So they agree 3 should come from this community, 3 should come from that and that. So they don't normally go through competitive elections.
True. Okay.
It is mostly done through consultations and consensus.
Okay.
So for political parties, reorganization is very key for your success because the base of the party, which constitutes almost 80%, is at the community level. The only disadvantage I have with their approach was evading accountability at that lower level because they also seek their mandate from the people.
Right.
So the reason why political parties adopt the bottom-up approach is because it gives some level of accountability at all levels.
Right.
So if they've given you an opportunity, do you know some branch police station executive might have been accused of diversion of resources, but the people didn't have the opportunity to express that view.
True.
So we allow that to settle at the community level for them to select the best person that can represent the party.
Right.
So when they now come and choose constituency executive, then it is like a representation of what they have selected as a community.
I get it.
So that's why we normally build the base up to the top.
Okay.
But this is a novelty that they have introduced. Yes, we cannot attribute any success to it until the outcome of 2028 election. So it's still something that is work in progress. But what I know is that the traditional system that he and I know is that we do from bottom up. Okay. But it has delivered humiliating defeat to both parties and also great successes to both parties. If you look at 2016, the MPP started from the polling station up to the national, but they won close to 1 billion votes. By 2024, they did the same thing, but lost close to 1.something million votes. So it has both positive and negative. I think why political parties lose election is not only necessarily structure. There are some general circumstances, especially when you are in government.
Yes.
So right now, I know some people in NDC may be dissatisfied. Apathy is not a function of the strength of a structure. When it is hitting you, irrespective of the structure, you will be gone.
Yeah.
Because generally, the people will lose appetite in even defending the party. So, yes, they can attribute some of their defeat to the structure, but largely was due to the governance. So I won't attribute the blame to an individual in their party, but I'm saying that whatever the strength of your political party structure is, if the performances of your government is exposed, no strength can save you.
Right.
That one there, it is a fact. But I'm also curious.
Because it's not only your party people who vote for you.
Exactly.
It's Ghanaians.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So sometimes I feel like our colleagues have still not diagnosed properly why the election was lost. But that's a conversation for another day. But finally, on this, those who supported Brian Champo, to be honest with you, they supported him. And some of them are going for election. He will support them.
Thank you.
Unless we are hypocritical.
Yes.
He doesn't need to have an immediate interest. But the fact that they supported him, when they also need him, he has to support them.
Yeah.
I'll give a classical example. There is a constituency chairman in Tabale North who supported Ken strongly. Currently, his position is under siege.
Alaji shot.
Yes. His position is under siege. But are you saying that Ken should fold his hands and say that, oh, because I will not go for 2028 election, he should take his own fate? When you do that as a leader, you turn your back one day, you see no one. If you want to build a united party, now the internal primaries, which according to them creates normally the tension, is over. People should be seen to be working together. But I can tell you, it might not be sanctioned by the leader of the party. But I can tell you, that issues that occurred during the primaries will play throughout up to the national election. It will happen. I agree. Both political parties, it will happen. So what I rather suggest is that immediately after the party is done with its internal organization, they must do a comprehensive healing program. That thing is still in people. Election, to lose an election is not easy.
It's painful.
It's painful. In fact, I remember when I defeated the MPP candidate in my constituency, I saw her at the airport. I couldn't look at her. I felt it. So, to spend such volumes of money touring this country, he has gone around the country before. I'm sure he can't quantify it. So, when people go through that process, they need time. And the time between the elections, that was in January, right?
Yes,
31st January. Up till now, it's such a short time because if you look at how much has been expended into that to prosecute that campaign, it's a lot. It will not be too realistic to say that they should be healed only for this time. They will take time. That's why maybe perhaps you are not seeing Ken and all those. They need time. And you don't push it too much. So let the whole processes be over. Like you said, I agree with him. When you leave big political parties, they follow you not because of your personality alone. Your personality is married to the party.
Yeah.
And they place the party above any individual. That one is true. So if you leave a political party just because you are dissatisfied with a process, in fact, the day you will come back, you will even regret. I have another example. In Tamale North again, there was a time an NDC staunch member contested our primaries, lost the primaries to the incumbent MP, but decided to go independent. That time he was the most popular, and maybe perhaps they were dissatisfied with the performance of the then MP. They gave him the opportunity as an independent person. Fast forward, he now came to Parliament and wanted to use it as an opportunity to regularize his way back to the party. The party insisted he must start from somewhere. You must do 4 years before you can contest. He couldn't do it, so he went independent. That was when Honorable Suhini came. And then the people said, no, we didn't vote for you because we like you as a person. It was because we wanted to demonstrate that we hold the power and we are NDC. They voted for Honorable Suhini. The person lost. But because he was still determined to enter Parliament, he went again.
As an independent?
No, now as an MPP candidate.
So he went to the MPP?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And also he was defeated
by Suhini.
So I'm just saying that sometimes people overemphasize their strength.
Yes, the individual strength.
The individual strength. But that individual strength must be fitted properly in the overall interest of the party. So I don't wish them those type of developments. But it's possible. It happened in NDC. They were very hot. In fact, you hammered on it so much that even the founder of your own party has left the party. And that time, when you are in that situation, you only know how it feels. And finally, even Afro-Franco, right? They might not have delivered significant results in the 2024 election. But you cannot also downplay their influence in that election. So it may also account for the fact that those you claim they didn't come and vote, what percentage of those can be attributed to the fact that because Alan is no more in MPP, that's why I'm not voting. You need to do that research. Do you get the point?
I understand.
So they might not vote for Alan. And the theory, if you look at the freedom concept of voter choice,
right?
The theory is that I rather prefer not to vote than to vote for someone who will not win.
Yeah.
So MPP supporters who are sympathizers of Alan may have decided not to vote because even if they vote for Alan, he will not win. Okay. They prefer not to waste their ballot. So if you have an opportunity to reach out to such people, you do so.
Right.
And that's why NDC at any time always offered the opportunity for the Konedos, the late Madam, to return to the party because we know even though NDP was not winning, but people who were NDC because of her and didn't follow her to NDP, their effort towards rebuilding the party was lower. And because of that, we needed the Rollins back. So I think that extending the olive leaf to the Alan faction and all those things, it is in the supreme interest of the MPP.
All right. Now, just briefly on this matter. Yesterday, there was something I saw on social media, and I've just checked it online. I noticed that some of the online portals have actually reported it. Now, your Ashanti Regional Chairman, Nana Kwesi.
Okay.
He is, in fact, it's called Augustus Andrew Nana Kwesi.
Yeah.
He has formally appealed to the party's leadership to grant a waiver for branch executives required to pay 4 years of backdated dues and nomination fees before contesting in internal elections. Yeah. Now, he has apparently sent a proposal to your national chairman and your general secretary. And his argument is that the current requirement has placed undue financial burden on the grassroots officials, many of whom are not beneficiaries of government appointment or financial incentives. So he wants the party leadership to reduce the obligation from 4 years to a single year to enable broader participation in the party's internal electoral process. Yeah. Do you think it's a good call?
A good call, but in the wrong forum.
Okay.
In the sense that if you submit a proposal or a petition to the National Secretariat, I don't think there's a need for you to bring it out like this for a discussion, personally.
Right.
Because they are already existing structures to address issues of this. Now, when you look at our constitution and the constitution of even the MPP, for you to contest for a position, you must be a paid-up member.
In good standard.
In good standard. But oftentimes, the mechanisms to take monthly dues from members is challenging. That's the truth. Because this argument of them not benefiting, if you ask all those rank and file of our party, a lot will say they haven't benefited. Even though community-wise and other areas, they are benefited. But maybe direct physical benefit to their lives, they might not have seen it. So pushing it extreme for them to be paying monthly is normally a challenge. So what political parties often do is that they wait for the opportunity to come when you are coming for re-election. And it's 1 cedi. Now, when you are coming
1 cedi
a month.
So it's 12 cedis a year. 4 years, 48 cedis.
Yes.
What are we talking about?
So
48 cedis.
So when it happens that way,
it's 1 cedi anyway.
So when it happens that way, because we are not able to collect it monthly, and it is not because we don't have capacity to collect it monthly. It is because you are also looking at the circumstance of the people. So down they are coming for their re-elections, then the party is okay. The constitution says you must be a paid-up member in good standard. So why don't you clear the previous ones that you have? So going by his proposal, it means that the 1 year will mean that they are only paying for 2021,
which is 12 cities.
Which is 12 cities. Do you get the problem? So, also, if you look at even the Political Parties Act and that of the Political Parties Constitution, the major source of revenue for political parties is dues. But we haven't been effective at implementing this because of the socio-economic conditions of our people. Now, coming to Ashanti region in particular, the question that I will ask myself is that, should it be applicable to everybody? Because you must not be seen to be discriminatory.
That's true.
Because the economic circumstances of Ashanti region might even be better than some other regions. But the genuine aspect of his call is that we should also understand that Ashanti region is typically not for NDC. In fact, sometimes even getting people to serve as police station executive in all the 27,000 police stations over 7,000 police stations over there is a challenge. The same way MPP faces it in Volta region. So if you push that thing too much, people are already coming to help you, and you are using fee as a barrier for them helping you. If they fall back, how do you recuperate?
But 50 cedis for me.
So I'm saying that both his appeal for me is good, but
people that poor.
No, not in that circumstances. Not in that. Anybody that wants to go and be counted as executive of a party at the polling station, 50, if you have to pay 50 cedis for 4 years, my brother is a non-starter. You see, look, let's do this thing well, because it will fall on our heads. Me, clearly, 1 cedi, you are even surprised it's 1 cedi. To be a member of a political party, your dues is 1 cedi a month. Everybody laughs at it. Really and truly, holistically, it shouldn't be 1 cedi. But then, even that 1 cedi, somebody is saying that let's forgive 48 cedis for 4 years. Come on.
And Moro, do you know if we implement this due system properly, we are able to prevent influence peddling in government and even the control of government contracts?
I agree.
Because if you look at the active membership of NDC, fortunately, I've worked as an accountant for the party for 11 years. If you look at our active membership, we had close to 2.4 million active membership. Then there are others who have done the exalted membership, bronze, the platinum, and the Oscar. They are also about 100-something thousand. Now, let's even take the 2.3 million. Imagine a political party receive 2.3 million Ghana cedis every month. That's a lot.
That's a lot of money.
Even if you are giving every constituency 5,000 Ghana cedis monthly or 10,000 Ghana cedis monthly, and they know it is coming, you will be able to solve a lot of problems. You won't wait. In fact, that is what you can accumulate to pay your filing fee. You can do to pay your party agents and all.
And once you electricity bills and all those, you go to some constituency office and it's locked. It's locked.
It's locked because they can't pay.
Electricity is gone.
When you are able to do that, it means that the parties will become financially viable. And when that happens, businessmen who take advantage of dire political vulnerabilities. You know it happens, political vulnerability. Yes, of course. Okay. You see, when we were going towards the 8th year, then they know, NDC can win power.
Okay.
They will approach you. They will be approaching the MPP. It is like that. They take advantage of us because they know the vulnerable state
you are in.
Of the party. So if we are able to make sure that we regularize this dues payment where there are systems for monthly payment consistently, I'm sure political parties can survive without foreign or external.
It's a whole conversation we'll have one of these days.
Yeah.
It has to do with sustaining political parties or funding of political parties. It's very, very important because at the heart of the corruption that we're all complaining about is about political party funding. If we get it right, our 70% of the problem is solved. Anyway, so gentlemen, I want us to look at this. It's a trending matter. It's a raging matter because we are all suffering it. It has to do with the past situation. Yesterday, the minority held a press conference and they told us their view on why we have the power crisis, even though Samata had made that there's been some significant improvement. I mean, my lights have been off in the last 3 days, which is great. Well, in the last 48 hours, let's put it that way. But they held a news conference and the Daily Guides and Kofi Edu in Parliament reports that a minority in Parliament has blamed the government for the country's persistent power outages, insisting that the crisis predates the recent incident at the Akosombo Power Control Center and it's rooted in policy failures and mismanagement. Addressing a press conference in Parliament yesterday, Deputy Ranking Member on the Energy Committee, Collins Aduma said the ongoing doomsaw being experienced across the country cannot be attributed to the April 23 incident at Akosombo. And I'm going to quote him. I must state plainly and without qualification, Ghana's power crisis, which is popularly known as doomsaw, was not caused by any accident at Akosombo. It was caused by this government. According to him, the Akosombo incident is only the latest and most dramatic symptom and a deteriorating power sector under what he described as an incompetent leadership. The minority argued that long before the incident, Ghanaians had been grappling with widespread and unannounced outages, with communities experiencing prolonged blackouts, businesses incurring heavy losses, and hospitals relying on generators. Mr. Aduma said the government must take full responsibility for the situation, accusing it of attempting to use the Akosombo incident as an excuse for a crisis that has persisted for more than a year. He also criticized President John Dramani Mahame's earlier remarks that the outages were not doomsaw, but part of efforts to stabilize the power supply, describing the claim as misleading and out of touch with the reality on the ground. The minority further accused the government of abandoning the Energy Sector Recovery Program, which is the ESRP, a framework introduced by the previous administration to address financial and operational challenges in the power sector. They argued that despite Ghana having installed a generation capacity exceeding peak demand, the crisis has been driven by financial constraints, including unpaid obligations to independent power producers, IPPs, and inefficiency within the Electricity Company of Ghana. On recent development, the minority criticized the decision by the Energy Minister, John Jinapo, to direct the BRICO Chief Executive Officer to step aside, describing it as scapegoating rather than genuine accountability. They maintained that the leadership changes alone would not resolve the deep-rooted structural and financial challenges confronting the sector. The group also raised concerns with a lack of transparency surrounding the one city doomsaw levy imposed on fuel, questioning how much has been collected and how the funds have been utilized. They called on the Ministries of Energy and Finance to present a detailed and independently verified report to Parliament on the levy. The minority further demanded immediate action to address the crisis, including the implementation of the ESRP, settlement of outstanding debts to IPPs, and a comprehensive audit of energy infrastructure across the country. They also argued that the Energy Minister to appear before. They also urged the Energy Minister to appear before Parliament to brief members on the state of the sector and outline a clear roadmap to end the outages. The lights were already going out across Ghana before anything happened. Akosombo, Mr. Aduma said, adding that the current situation reflects sustained policy failure rather than a single incident. Right, if the video is ready, can we play it? Otherwise, we'll just proceed with the conversation.
I must state plainly and without qualification, Ghana's power crisis, the doomsaw that millions of Ghanaians have been enduring since January 2025, was not caused by any accident at Akosombo. It was caused by this government. The events of 23rd April are the latest and most dramatic symptom of a power sector left to decay under the NDC's incompetent stewardship. The Mahama government must not be permitted to use this incident as a convenient alibi for a crisis that predates it by more than a year. And the MPP minority will not allow that cynical rewriting of history to pass unchallenged. Let us be unequivocal about the timeline. Long before the event of 23rd April 2026, Ghanaians across every region of this country had been enduring persistent, unannounced, and devastating power outages. ECG had been issuing relentless emergency and maintenance schedules throughout April 2026. The ECG Director General had already issued public apologies for chronic power fluctuations, causing damage to household equipment and crippling small businesses. Communities were living in darkness, not for hours, but for days. Industries were hemorrhaging losses. Cold stores were warming. Hospitals were straining on generators. That was the reality of Ghana's power sector before any incident at Akosombo.
All right. So, Ataisa, you heard the minority. What thou sayest?
In fact, sometimes it's sad listening to my brothers. I'm serious. I don't know how suddenly you become so pageant in addressing people. Look, all these issues that he has said, summoning minister and all those things, don't they know the parliamentary procedure in doing that? Always seeking attention, unnecessary attention. And this is not usual of him. So I'm disappointed. In fact, a deputy ranking of an important committee like that of energy, you don't know the tools available for you to demand answers. How can a minister tell you the utilization of a process of a levy without passing through the usual legal regime available to the ministry? Really, are we serious? So, this morning, in fact, yesterday, listening to him, I was very sad. And
are you on that committee?
No, I am not.
He's on the finance committee.
I am not. But every committee of parliament uses the same tools.
Okay.
And I'm saying that it is available for them. So what he said to do yesterday was just to join the bandwagon, to continue the distorted facts. And I'll demonstrate to them today that they are a bunch of incompetent people who do not take the research serious. I'm serious.
The day is who, please?
Them.
They, as in your parliamentary colleagues.
The people doing the press conference.
Your parliamentary colleagues. Is that a day?
I'm talking about the people addressing.
Okay.
The media.
Okay. Because
you are a deputy ranking. Please wait. If you are a deputy ranking of energy committee, some of this misleading and falsified information that you are putting out to the public could have been avoided. But I don't blame him. Sometimes they are also gearing up for their re-election. So some of these things can be pardoned. Now, I listened to the minister. And I saw an honest rendition of the minister and very remorseful. This is a minister, if you were watching him, you see that he spoke from the heart. Like Kojo has been, it's Kojo, right?
Yes, Kojo Puku.
He has been mentioned in other platforms that I've watched. The bottom line is that people need light. I think that's the bottom line.
Yes.
So in such circumstances, you have to be careful the way you intend to portray the information. We empathize with all residents of this country who have been affected one way or the other because of this outage. But the record must also be clear that the doomsday did not start from January 2025 up to date. That is a falsehood. The minister said, and he knows, there are 3 layers in terms of value chain in the electricity subsector, where we are saying generation, transmission, and distribution. The energy, in fact, the IMF and the Energy Commission report 2024 suggests that vulnerability still persists even as of 2024 in terms of these 3 layers. Moro, how do you tell me that the Akusumbo incident do not have an impact on what is going on, knowing very well that he knows the peak demand of Ghana is between 3,500 to 4,000 megawatts. The peak demand. So if you have
more than 4,000, it's 2,000.
It's 4,000.
4,000.
Thank you.
Please, people, you guys keep the highest we've experienced is 4,294. That's the exact number.
No,
4,294.
4,294. That's the highest peak we've experienced.
So then
that's
you haven't contradicted what I said.
A little over 4,000.
Yes, you said it's between 3,000. I'm just giving you the exact figure. I'm not
No, I'm not interested in this. I'm looking at the range. Because for peak demands, it is not.
No, I agree, but I'm just giving you where the demand is now.
No, I'm not referring to now. I'm just talking about the peak demand range.
Right.
Now, if you have a plant that gives you 1,000 of it getting destroyed, and you are saying that it will not affect the generation capacity of this country, is that what you are saying? The second issue too is that, fortunately, last night I saw an update from the Minister of Energy saying that the 4th generation mix has also come back on stream. At least it's a welcoming news that will lead to an improvement in service delivery. Then the second aspect is the transmission. there was a report done by Gridco and ASEP that suggested that most of the transformers that we have in this country are averaging between the age of 20 to 40 years. Can you imagine? In fact, for that reason, the MPP government procured transformers. In fact, and even started installing transformers. If you look at the energy growth of this country, averagely we grow the energy in terms of expansion by 8%.
Every year?
Every year. But when the 8% is extended, they are put on the existing transformers. So sometimes it results in localized power outages, not because of ECG, but because of work overload. If you go to my community, Kasalbu, in fact, I have reported the incidents to NEDCO several times. Why? Because me, myself, I extended a lot of households to join the national grid. But the capacity of that transformer, 1110 kilowatt, or how do they call it? 1110 or something like that. It is no more sustainable to what? To power all the community.
It doesn't have that capacity.
It doesn't have the capacity.
Okay.
They need the bigger one.
Right.
Now, if they are in the house, they either experience low voltage or low current that they prefer call it, or localized outages. In all these things, it will be attributed to doom so. In all those things, if the government is saying that we will have the apology that they are saying the ECG MD and the minister did was in reference to the constant messages when they are coming to do system maintenance upgrade in terms of fixing your transformer. What's wrong with that? The NPP started installation of the transformers. They started. And at that time, they were nationwide outages. Let me just show you this model. I have this from the IMF World Bank and Reuters.
Okay.
Look at what happened 2024 load schedule. It states that power outages in 2024 were largely financially driven and local rather than capacity driven. It means that Ghana had the capacity. In fact, we always have the installed capacity. We have always, under President Mahama. In fact, when MPP won power, they said we signed more contract than we need. Excess, how do they used to call it?
Power.
Excess power.
Excess capacity.
Capacity,
Excess
yes.
capacity.
And then they were paying
charges.
Take or pay charges. Yeah. And that was, in fact, if you remember, the first Eurobond that they issued was in relation to the energy sector payments. Yeah. And they attributed it to the take or pay contract. So they were excess capacity. Ghana have always had excess capacity. It was only under the MPP that they could not add much because of if you look at the growth, the energy growth needs of this country, the MPP should have added some level of megawatt. But they couldn't meet that number. That narrowed the capacity of our generations to meet the ever-growing demand. The IMF stated that their time in 2024, the power crisis that we saw were largely financial driven and localized rather than what? Capacity issues. In this case, Akusumbo is shut down. 1,000 megawatts. This cannot be said to be financial. The second issue, the power outages, according to Reuters on February 29th, 2024 at 9:40 p.m., that was when they published it. This is what they said. Power outages were linked to arrears and non-payment disputes, not generation shortages. The IPP threatened to shut down due to payment delays, creating intermittent supply disruptions in Ghana. This is in 2024. And they proceeded by saying that revenue under collection. I mentioned the three layers of the electricity subsidy. I said generation, distribution, and transmission. So the distribution component is that of the ECG and NEDCO. One of the reasons why the MPP time we experienced doomsaw, which is not the same situation now, is what we call revenue shortfalls.
Was there doomsaw in MPP time?
Doom CSA, sorry.
No, so
are you okay with that?
I want to be fair because are you using outages? No, you see, so that we can have a very good conversation.
We're back to this issue again.
No. It's very look for the sanity of our listeners.
Oh, Asemo.
I've stopped. Technology is important.
No problem.
If he wants to use the word doomso,
not doomso,
for outages,
it's
fine. Then we can continue on that. But if he wants to use doomso for outages, that's fine. I just want to let the viewers know that on this program, when my brother mentions doomso under MPP, he's referring to outages, which he will not be happy with if I could just say it, because if I could just say it, it will be headlines.
So your point is, let's agree on the ground rules.
Yes.
Semantically.
Let's agree on the ground rules.
No problem.
What's the ground rules?
You get a point.
Doomso, are you okay with that?
Well, brother,
that one I didn't introduce.
Because you see, you know the funny thing. I don't mean to catch you. I do the funny thing. I was on TV3. And when I said something, the NDC communicators edited it and started sharing it. Look at Kuju Poku said there's no doomso. I'm happy to.
If you can say it to you,
no, I'm not. I want to be fair with you.
No, you know what?
No, but
for me, I don't think that there are any layers of explanation for doomso. Doomso is doomso.
No, it isn't. No, but when I say it, it's different. No, you say it might be different.
Do you know
brother, please continue.
So let me continue.
What is
please
it?
continue.
No,
don't worry. It doesn't matter.
Don't worry.
Don't worry. It doesn't matter.
We'll all be fine. Don't worry. He can use.
So whether doomso is or doomso,
yes. And then the IMF is saying that the ECG collected $598.8 million versus the expected target based on what they have distributed to households and businesses, $1.33 billion United States dollars. The power outages that we saw was these shortfalls that happened. In fact, that was why the IMF even insisted in the signing of the extended credit facility that there must be quarterly tariff adjustment program because of non-payment to IPPs. They proceeded that it means that there was a 54.8% revenue shortfalls. If you have it, who pays for that revenue shortfalls? Persistent sector shortfalls. Annual power financing gap. There is an annual power sector financing of 1.46 billion shortfalls annually for 2024.
Right.
And the report is captured in the World Bank report number PAD 4401. You can get this information that I'm providing. Now, the reason why we are better off in paying the IPPs mostly on time is the way we've managed our FX. Look at what they said in terms of Ghana sector recovery program. You know, the MPP referenced that program a lot. They said if you had followed through the Ghana energy sector recovery program, we wouldn't have been here. They published that on 24th May 2024. And this is what they had to say on FX. The power purchase agreements denominated in USD. As a result of the CD depreciation, it raised the cost. They proceeded by saying that the 2024 outages were financial load shedding rather than technical load shedding. So while Ghanaians were experiencing power outages, it was because of what? Financial load shedding. So I think you'll be okay with financial load shedding. Not lack of generation capacity, but cash flow crisis, making them unable to pay for fuel and power that led to supply disruptions in Ghana. Let nobody suggest to us that under MPP we never witness these outages that we are seeing. Now, let's look at the Ghana energy sector debt. Look, all this can be traced to the sector debt we inherited. In terms of size and the composition of it, this is according to ASEP Africa. The energy sector debt was at $2.5 billion owed to IPPs and gas suppliers. Additional under recovery of $724.7 million USD between 2023 to 2024. Then they proceeded by saying the structural deficit. The World Bank shows persistent annual deficit of $1 billion per year and cumulative shortfalls between 2022 to 2026 up to $7 billion United States dollars. How do you make a sector viable and strong and improve its service delivery when you are in debt to a tune of $7 billion United States dollars? And this was inherited debt.
When?
Between 2022 to 2026, as at the time I was taking the data.
Okay.
They proceeded from here, and I will not delay so much on this. On the public debt issue, in fact, let me be honest with you, under the domestic debt exchange program, this will interest you. Energy sector debt is a major quasi-fiscal liability affecting one, the fiscal deficit and the public debt sustainability. Under the domestic debt exchange program, energy sector debt alone amounted to 30 billion Ghana cedis. Under the DDEP, they could not have money. People were giving haircuts, sub-IPPs. In fact, they took money from Bank of Ghana because of some of these issues. Then they proceeded. Ghana required, listen to this very carefully, under the ECF program, the Extended Credit Facility Program. Ghana was required to do one, tariff reforms. So when I hear them saying there was no condition in the IMF agreement saying quarterly tariff adjustment, that's why I said that they could have done better. They were required, before the agreement was signed, to do major tariff reforms, arrears clearance, and that's why they went to Bank of Ghana. If you remember, 2023-2024, Bank of Ghana had a negative equity of 61 billion Ghana cedis.
Yeah.
To deal with arrears clearance in the power sector. Because the IPPs, since we came, how many months now? Have you seen an IPP demonstrating that if we don't pay them, they will pull out of this country? They are not doing, because we have restored the cash waterfall mechanism and it is working. And I will come to the partial risk guarantee under the World Bank facility to demonstrate that NPP should not be the people trying to exploit the emotional keyboards of Ghanaians. Not now. We won't allow that to happen like it happened in 2016. Then the PPA renegotiations. The IMF program stated that it provided 1.32 billion disbursement in 2024 to support stabilization, identify energy sector liabilities as key to debt sustainability. So even the $3 billion we got from the IMF in all, $1.32 billion was used into the energy sector alone. That is the record of the people addressing press conference calling for resignation of somebody. In fact, the person addressing, I think at a point he was a deputy
energy minister.
Energy minister.
Yes, under NAPO.
Ghana's broader public debt restructuring program, 30 billion, included energy sector contingent liabilities. That is, energy debt continued indirectly to affect fiscal deficit, SOE's losses, and exchange rate pressures. These were, if you are expected to raise 1.32 billion to pay, it will put pressure on your currency. This was as a result of the management of the energy sector. At the time they inherited President Mahama, there was something called the Esla levy, with the intention to what? To pay retired legacy debts. They came not only increase the tenure and the rate, but mortgage it to take money. And left this ballooning public debt in the energy sector. So the IMF conclusion was that the key structural drivers of the debt was 1, tariff below cost recovery. 2, system losses, technical plus commercial. 3, take or pay contracts with IPPs. 4, exchange rate depreciation, and poor revenue collection. The turning point is here. This current energy minister, when he came, has already paid, out of the $7 billion United States debt, has already paid $1.47 billion in 2025 to clear some of the arrears. Where did he get the money? Cumulatively, between 2022 to 2024, they increased electricity by 74%. Yet, they could not clear this. So if you are doing a press conference, in fact, this is the breakdown of the 4.7 billion that they paid. Out of that was paid, 597 million was paid back. And that's what I was calling the World Bank partial risk guarantee. And that is where I will land my conversation. And that's why I'm sure if Honorable Poku was there, he would have done better than the system that we met. Look, and they paid to ENI, VTOL, and IPPs. This indicates, as at the end of 2024, listen, as at the end of 2024, Ghana debt remained elevated and unresolved, requiring major fiscal intervention in 2025. This is the position of the IMF. saying that as at the end of 2024, Ghana's public energy debt remained elevated and unresolved. It was not resolved as at the end of 2024. Now, this is the last one, the Ghana World Bank Partial Risk Guarantee. And it is very important, and people must understand it when we are communicating. Look, the purpose of the risk guarantee, just check it anywhere just check it even on the World Bank website. I'll give you the source to go and check it. What was the purpose of it? The partial risk guarantee will introduce what? To de-risk private investment into Ghana's public sector. Instead of getting collateral or looking for syndicated facilities to purchase, government use the partial risk guarantee through the World Bank as a de-risk so that it becomes like a buffer or a collateral for people to leverage on to invest into the private, the energy sector program. The guarantee payments to IPPs gas supplies. So when that money was there, the idea was that when IPPs are supplying or gas suppliers are providing, they know that there is a 500 million United States dollar here. So even if government doesn't pay, World Bank will intervene. Utilization of it as at the end of 2024. Not even from our own resources. No, that's the same.
You're reading the whole presentation.
I'm not. You need to prepare and come and deal with people, MPP people, when you are talking with them. Look, listen, the partial risk guarantee facility was drawn down due to government arrears and became partially depleted before restoration. When was it restored? 2025. They depleted.
Why was it depleted?
They used it to pay IPPs.
Oh, okay.
So the IMF is saying that they will not provide any new funding until we restore the 597 million United States dollars into the partial risk guarantee account. Government paid it 597 million United States dollars in 2025. Where did we get the money to pay?
Are you done?
So it's been restored?
It's been restored fully.
Yes.
So my point in conclusion is that, yes, the situation is affecting all of us. But we must situate it in proper context to know that the current outages that we are seeing largely is generational deficits and then distributional transmissional problems and not financial.
You said generational deficits.
Yes.
Take your word. Generational deficit.
Generation.
As a result of what?
As a result of the Akusumbo.
Generation deficit is because of the Akusumbo.
Yes, it's partly accounted for that.
So your generational deficit you are saying is Akusumbo generation deficit.
It is part of the problem.
Oh, okay. But before that,
what was because of the ever increasing in energy growth, it put pressure on the existing installed capacity.
Okay.
That is what I was telling you.
But that's more to do with transmission.
No.
Or that's...
No.
Okay.
You see, he's landed. He's landed.
No, I think that's
need clarity. So, available capacity, installed capacity, is based on demand and forecast.
Yes.
The point is that when you overstretch, the power is like putting credit onto your phone.
Yeah.
When you have many users onto that same power, it overstretches it.
Yeah.
So government increases capacity based on the future demand, the expansion.
Yes.
And I'm saying that there was a deficit between the periods of 2017 to 2024.
Right.
If we had continued what President Mahama did, but they came and saw it as excess capacity. If we had continued...
It was not an excess?
No. Every country has those excesses.
And how do you pay for it?
No.
Are we not paying? Beautiful.
Are we not paying?
How did you pay for it?
Are we not paying?
Who paid for it? How was it paid for?
We kept Tesla there. We kept Tesla.
Let me.
What was the purpose of Tesla?
Please, let me do my presentation. Are you done? Are you done?
Why are you interrupting?
I'm not interrupting. I'm making a quiet. I'm very quiet.
No,
you should clap for me.
No, you've done well. When you are speaking, I will talk. When you are speaking, I will talk.
Yes, but I've really been quiet.
Now the one city levy, they say we should come to Parliament and
account for how it's been used. How much has been collected and how much has been used?
But I thought he was landed.
No, this one is a brotherly conversation.
No, but we can have that after my presentation.
Advise him.
Advise who?
He's your colleague. I'll advise him also. Utilization of levies. There are three options you can get the data from. You can use an RTI. They know the mechanism they could have used to assess that data. Number two, in terms of parliamentary procedure, they come annually, and the Energy Committee too can call them. Parliament will be resuming on 15th. These matters can be brought before. But let me bet you, when we resume Parliament, they will never come out and say it. They've achieved the political propaganda they want to achieve. When you subject them to strict proof, they will run away. So I'm saying that the generation issues can be attributed to the current power outages that we are seeing. Then the transmission that has to do with the transformers is also part.
Okay.
But the 1 cedi was meant to purchase light crude oil because that is not captured into our energy price build-up. Okay. And that was why the government came. And since then, we are not owing light crude oil purchases.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
I read from your body language that you agree with everything he said.
No. How would I agree with everything he said? You know, there is a famous saying when we were in secondary school, right? You know, there was an exam that was to be had, and there were two topics that would come, land or sea, right? And a guy said, oh, Charlie, already he's so sure that sea will come. So all his apport was on sea. Then when he went, there was air. So it's either air or sea. The guy went, air come, the sea no come. So the guy looked at the papers, he said, okay. I packed my bags and went to the airport. We boarded the plane. The plane taxied, took off into the air, developed a fault, and went into the sea, therefore sea. And the guy now started pouring the apport for the sea. That's what my brother has done.
It's not true.
He has gone and done the apport for financials. But let's clap for the NDC. Yes, the NDC has done well with all the beautiful things that he's saying that NDC has done in the financial space. Cleared all this, restored guarantees, done this, paid for this. My question is, why are the lights still going off?
Yes, it's just explained.
No, but my brother, I have been very consistent in every platform. Because, Moro, I am probably the only one that has been around since 2012.
Yeah.
In this issue, from day-to-day conversation till today, 14 years, I have been consistent to say that when your light goes off, it's not financial, it's technical. And I'm on record, you can never contradict me on that because I'm very consistent. All these things that Atofossin is saying that you are repeating, that the economy is good. You've come and collected our 1 cedi, please. You've come and collected our 1 cedi. On top of all that, are the lights still not going off? The lights are going off. What Ghanaians want to know is that why are our lights going off if the beautiful financial picture you guys are playing is true? Because you gave us the impression that the reason lights were going off because NDPP was broke. And you have now gone and brought the paper. Because that's what I'm saying, that because you sit on a financial committee, you're good at finance, right? So you've now decided to do therefore C. Instead of addressing the energy situation, please let me land.
He's not saying it.
Oh, please.
He's reading from
my brother, but that
document.
is why he brought what is financial got to do with why people lights off. What is it got to? I'm telling you, it has got nothing, bro. Listen, I have been very consistent. Today, they have all the money. They've been collecting one. Listen, before they collected the 1 cedi, they were paying 1 cedi 95 pesos. We were paying 95 pesos in ESLA. The 1 cedi extra makes it 1 cedi 95 pesos. They've been collecting that for the past 1 year. So they have all the money to buy the fuel, to buy the liquid fuel. Before, the NDC will say that NDPP doesn't have money to buy liquid fuel. They don't have that excuse because they have all the money. They're saying that the IPPs were old. That is why lights were going off. Today, they don't have the excuse because according to them, all the IPPs are paid. Right? So why are the lights going off? Why are the lights going off?
He just told you.
But no, listen. No, please. When my brother, and let me make this point. My bro, let me make this point, okay? When the minister speaks, people will call me, oh, Kojo, the minister has spoken. What is your view? You see, the politics are over. John Jinapor is the Minister of State for Ghana. So he speaks for all of us. I don't think that I would want to do what the NDC did in opposition, to now run commentary so that people in 4 or 5 years will come and do a few moments later. Because today, everything that everybody in NDC is saying today, there's a few moments later when they were in opposition. In fact, how the NDC has conducted themselves in opposition is how not to be in opposition, things not to do. Because I see Nunketia's video, even my brother Jinapor on his own video, things he said that today he's saying contrary. Right? We are in this country when your own colleagues, you've done a beautiful presentation, right? I hope you gave that presentation to Sami Jemfi and Sam George. Because Sami Jemfi stood in this country and said that on Onia TV, that if light goes off, it's haram. Museo. Sam George. Today, he can't even manage a small communication ministry. Let me make my submission, please. I am going to, let me make my submission, please.
You know, he started his conversation with a very important statement. He said, when problems come, it is important to situate it in its proper context.
I'll get there, but let me also situate it in the context I have, please. I'll get there. People have been but it's important. It's very important things that people say when they don't understand the situation.
But the
circumstances are not. Yes, 100% the same. It's government of Ghana. It's energy sector. Has it changed? Please, when he was speaking, you did not interject. Let me speak. No, but the angle is the same. You were in opposition. Somebody was in power, managing the energy sector. You did all trances. You ran commentary. Today you are in power. That same situation has arisen.
Right.
You are even saying that it's a better situation because you have all the money. My brother. And Bright, please put that thing I sent you on the screen. Let me tell you why light goes off in this country. And I told you, I've been here. And he can answer why light goes off.
I can answer.
Do you know our weather? Our weather. Right. I sat on this platform and said that light goes off because the lights have stopped going off because we are in winter. And people were laughing at me on social media because I said that. The weather has a lot to do with our light going off. Every time we've had this problem, it's around what time? February, March, April.
Right.
Every time. Napo's time, 2024. When Napo said do CAC, February, March, April.
But why is that?
Because of the weather. It's the hottest part of the year.
Also, consumptions are high.
Thank you.
And yes, we don't have enough.
And that is when, forget enough. All these transformers that are overloading at that time, your demand is high. So if you look at that graph that he's put on there, look at the month where it dips. It dips in June, July, August, September.
Right.
Then it goes back up in the hot weather when the Harmattan starts. Then it's the same. Then it dips again in June, July. It dips again in April, May,
Take
June.
your time and explain it.
Sorry? Okay. So you see the graph. It dips. What that graph dips, where it dips is where I can send it to you. Where that map dips is, if you look at the month, is always the winter. Ghana, we have winter months. Our winter months are May, June, July, August. The weather is so cold, nobody puts on air conditioning, nobody puts the fan on, nobody does anything. Right? That is when the weather is so cold. When the weather is hot in this country, where we've always had our peak, our energy peak has always been recorded between December, January, February, March.
Right.
It's the hottest part of Ghana. It's the hottest time in Ghana.
Right.
So the reason all our energy challenges come around that time is that the reason people keep saying that our transformers are overloading, because you ask yourself, why isn't our transformer problem coming in June or July? Why would NAPO say do CCA in February and March? Because that is when ECG gets the most complaint of transformer outages, because the weather is very hot, and that is when everybody puts on everything. So the reason our light goes off and that transformer problem comes cyclical every year at that time is between the month of January and April. That is why we have that problem year on year. Today, when I tell people, I sat here last year and I said that this light off that was happening last year, we had similar problem last year. When you guys came in last year around the same time, there were the power outages. And the light stopped. And I sat here and said the light have stopped going off because we are in winter months. And people were now mimicking me on social media. I said that because it's winter in Ghana. Yes, we do have cold weather in Ghana. And that is when you see in that graph the temperature. And when the temperature drops, the grid loses about 300 megawatts. That is huge.
Very.
If in that moment we have 300 megawatts of demand off the grid, so that is when most of the maintenances were done. If Ghana Gas have to do maintenance, it's done around that time. All the IPPs do their maintenance around that time. So you see.
So your issue is weather.
My brother,
weather is the
please let me make my submission, and please listen and be educated. It's very important. Look, I'm telling you why. You see.
So it's weather.
The weather creates the problem. Because of the hot weather, you are now getting a lot of demand on your grid. It doesn't matter the money you have. When everybody puts on everything at the same time, you overload the system. And that's why the transformer problem in 2024, in 2025, and today, we are talking about transformers. The reason you are talking about transformer, okay, you are shaking your head.
It's not general to
my brother.
It's all year round.
My brother, but you are in Sadnerugu.
Yeah.
You are there. The climatic conditions in the north is not the same as in the same thing.
Also, it's not general.
But in the southern part of the country, but he is NETCO.
Yeah,
this is ECG.
That's true.
You are NETCO.
You should have provided.
No, but my brother, generation, listen. When the temperature drops in the south, it's not the same as the temperature drops in the north.
Yeah.
Let's not.
So I'm saying that you should have,
my brother,
drawn this.
Let me make my submission. Let me make my submission.
I'm just
no.
If not, people out there will think.
People out there, it is saying that. Listen, the reason I put that explanation out there why lights go off around that time is that when you run a network like we have in Ghana, it doesn't matter the money you have. You are going to run through these peak problems every year. Now, when you run through the peak problems every year, what you do is you manage the sector. When it happened in MPP, when Napo now said do CCA, what was doing CCA? Napo said that we are changing transformers because old transformers, look, a transformer can work very well in July, but there's no demand on it. That same transformer will be tripping in February and March because of the demand on the transformer. So that is when you know that there is what? An increase in demand and that transformer needs to be replaced or that area need what you call an insertion. When that problem arises, that is why Napo now, and then you mentioned it, Dubik at the time, imported all these transformers to say that let's try and look at the long-term solution. Over 12,000 transformers were imported and about 20 of the BSP transformers were imported to change a lot of these old transformers so that we can expand in some of those areas. So when in those areas where we are in the hot weather and everybody puts everything on, it will not overload the transformers. That is the problem that happened in 2024, that everybody was running commentary on social media. That, if light goes off in Ghana, it's haram. That is why I said that it's the same situation. Because today, the reason I will not blame John Jenapo is because I know why the lights are going off around this time.
But could you?
But you see, the problem the NDC have today is the same commentary they ran when lights were going off in the MPP time.
No, but could you? It is true. And this is the clarity I'm looking for. This intermittent power outages have been with us for a very long time.
Yes.
So even without the Akosombo problem,
yes,
let's
leave the Akosombo thing out. The Akosombo thing only happened 5 days ago.
Yes, I get it.
We were having power outages.
That is true.
About 2 months now.
I agree with you. So I'm saying that the analysis you're making now,
yes,
is it in reference to the Akosombo situation?
I'm not talking about Akosombo.
Oh, you're talking about generally.
I'm talking about. I will get to the Akosombo situation.
Okay, good.
I am talking about generally. I will start. You're not listening.
Yeah.
More, I said that I'm going to tell Ghanaians why our lights go off.
Okay.
And I have explained why cyclically, annually, we have a period where the country is hot. That's why our transformer conversation comes up.
Do you know I had to ask that question? Because you made a certain statement that what is happening has nothing to do with Akosombo.
No, Akosombo only happened 5 days ago.
Good. So no,
the 5 days. But my point is that listen.
Yes.
Let's leave the Akosombo
so that the impression is not created as though that you don't even acknowledge what happened in Akosombo.
No, but that's the point. Hold on. No, my brother, stop it. When John spoke, John addressed the two situations.
Yes.
He said that there are two problems.
Yes.
One problem he addressed, which was the problem that existed before Akosombo.
True.
Now, if the government admits that the transformers overloading is a problem, and the ECG has come up with a timetable for changing of transformers across the country, why then this same NDC chairman in Ashanti region goes on radio and say that it is ECG staff in Ashanti region that is sabotaging the government in Ashanti region? And the MD of ECG goes to Kumasi last week Monday and replaced those two managers. Why? When you know the problem why the lights are going off is not a sabotage. When you know the reason the lights are going off is because you have admitted, minister's presentation, you, the ECG themselves, and what I have explained, that yearly we have demand surge around this time, and it's not anybody's fault that lights are going off, but somebody will go and sack managers in Ashanti region. And even when the press
John Jinapor tells us that decision to change, I don't want to use dismiss because the man has not been sacked. I'm talking about the ECG. The decision to reshuffle the staff of ECG was something that started as far back as in January.
No, that's what I'm being told now. But what I'm saying to you is that, so was there a need? Hold on. Do you think there was a need for an uninformed, naive chairman to go and say that because an ECG manager is sabotaging the government? No, but I'm saying that, do you think it's necessary for that utterances?
No, I don't think so.
It's not.
I disagree with you.
Exactly. You agree or you don't agree? You agree with me?
No, I agree with you.
That is not necessary.
It was needless.
Thank you.
It was necessary.
You understand? Now, when you understand why this situation exists, do you think you are Sami Jemfi, you will say that if light goes off is haram?
Oh.
No, I'm just telling you, if you understand the way I understand it, and the way I've explained it, would you say if light goes off is haram? Do you think today I Kojo Poku, no? Do you think I Kojo Poku will run unnecessary commentary on John Jinapor? No, I wouldn't. But you see, because you don't understand the problem, that's why you say certain things that you say. The bigger problem which has compounded this year's outages, let me tell you the why. ECG in the last 1 year have not done any procurement. The basic things that they need in their warehouses across the country has not been procured. There's something called fuse and link. When the transformer trips, sometimes the fuse for the transformer will blow. ECG needs these fuses in their warehouses so that they can go and change it. Because they have not procured any fuses across the country, the warehouses of ECG doesn't have these fuses. So when your transformer now trips, instead for them to now go and change the fuse, on one feeder, they can be like 200 transformers. Now, the solution or the easiest way is to turn off the feeder so that all 200 transformers will go off. Yes.
They have fuse.
They don't.
They
don't have fuse. Oh, my brother, when I say things, don't come and argue with me. They don't have fuse.
No, they have. They gave me, look, I want to provide this information. It's very important.
You are in I wrote to Ministry of Energy. Ministry of Energy is not ECG. It's not ECG.
Listen to what I said.
Ministry of Energy is not ECG.
Listen to what I was saying.
If Ministry of Energy has something, ECG is not the same as ECG. Please. When
it is the ECG.
No, my brother. When Ministry of Energy has something, it's not the same as ECG having it. Yes. In earlier last year, when ECG needed some transformers, it was Ministry of Energy that gave them. Ministry of Energy has their own warehouse. So let's not confuse the two. Ministry of Energy has their own storage equipment, which the Ministry of Energy has on.
Okay.
I mean, you heard about the ministry meters.
Yeah.
Yes, ministry has meters because ministry does projects that will bring in certain things.
Yes.
So the ministry can have certain things in their warehouse. Doesn't mean ECG has it. But brother, when you finish this program, call any ECG district manager you know and ask him that do they have fuse. They don't have fuse. All these transformers that they are happy distributing, where did they come from? It was the previous administration that imported it. In the last 1 year, ECG has not imported any transformer.
And what's the reason?
Go and ask them.
We have excess.
Go and ask them.
We have excess.
I wrote one constituency, they gave me 9 transformers.
Really?
From where?
I wrote to Ministry of Energy, it was referred to ECG. Then I went to the what they call materials or something. I picked them with over 585 poles, LV poles and all those. They have a lot.
Who has?
When you go to their warehouses in Kema,
who has?
ECG. You over procured.
My brother.
Let
me make progress.
I beg you, we need to take a break. So, but note what you want to say because we need to take a break now.
No, I have a different data on the weather analysis I will show that it's not weather necessarily.
That's fine. You're still watching Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. Please don't go anywhere.
We are still experiencing doom. So
nobody has said we have it.
I've promised you that we are going to work on it. And it's not a work that is a single event. It's a process. And we'll continue to work on it for the energy sector to become better.
Have you heard of calls for a timetable?
Ask those who want it to bring it.
And we are still experiencing doom so.
Nobody has said we haven't. I've promised you that we are going to work on it. And it's not a work that is a single event. It's a process. And we'll continue to work on it for the energy sector to become better.
Have you heard of calls for a timetable?
Anti-cavity, gum protection, brighter teeth, and fresh breath.
I'm off at Missy Way.
The patch of Bantama.
Matthias.
It's her smile. The fresh breath.
Me, Gidi said we used to Kel 360 toothpaste. Some kind.
Kel 360 toothpaste.
That's Kia. Kel 360 toothpaste. It's a gum protector.
Onim Jom Kasan. Kile Hossein. Kel 360 did the way. It's cool mint. Gives me fresh breath and your confidence booster.
Hey, you will see so feeling when you know Kel 360 toothpaste.
Happy smile.
Kel 360 toothpaste, anti-cavity, gum protection, brighter teeth, and fresh breath. Kel, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
As the days come and go, there's always shit. Let colleagues explore all the planetary bodies. Our mission is in Uranus to treat hemorrhoids, anal fistula, anal fissure, anal incontinence, hidradenitis suppurativa, using laser ligature for pain-free and speedy recovery. On Uranus Street, Accra, is Main Tuber Hospital and Coloproctology Center. Trust Uranus with us and we will delight you. Visit Main Tuber Hospital today or call us on 0244 581 541.
Looking for the ultimate oil city getaway? Welcome to the Groove Etipon Beach Resort, where luxury meets adventure. Host your meetings and events in our fully equipped conference facility. Relax our sparkling pool, unwind in cozy rooms, satisfy your cravings at our scenic restaurant, and enjoy fun-packed recreational activities and a walk through our charming menus. Whether it's business, pleasure, or pure escape, the Groove is your perfect destination.
Grab your bottle and unleash the taste of Storm Energy Drink. A bold flavor, a big attitude, feel the vibe, own the moment. It's your time to be different. Storm Energy Drink, make your mark.
Excessive drinking can be detrimental to health. Not recommended for persons under 18 years, lactating mothers, pregnant women, and people sensitive to caffeine. This advert is FDA approved.
Wabedum tamaso. Hey, Jay. Watch it, na learning. Missy, watch and learn. Makwema besisia. Abozige. Akache say no ya konate and the more drink woman. Hey. But I tell me. Oh, sorry. She knew her old days. Eji. Dabio, baby wom. Ready. Hey, baby wom. Ah, Eji. I'll cause some discomfort. Sorry, well, uncle, where would I die? Why your funeral? At your phone for Aerofield Trading. Sorry, it killed them all.
No mum share Nanda Daya was mosquito call is to do a munumu. Na say spray with them musa. Chaisima a dronum and sana ko dynamo.
And Kratoi FDA Ajatum.
Hey, Bunty, why you there? Well, lie, tell her today go give me my money. Oh, my guy, what's up? Oba unze me didn't and baby. Scan on ASA. 500 cedis per. I see. Level don't change. But to show me the way. But there's some sorry, Amanua. Talk to babe.
¿Quieres Ghana dinero?
Huh?
Cash.
Yes, cash.
Hwehwɛ kwan pa edubekɔ nkunimdie mu. Call wada.on.us na me sign up. Ema ore mfi sɛ udi wo telephone number so ebeka ho uwie a. Afei, be games no emu. Hwehwɛ one shot game. Fasika kume bitu ho. Afei, numbers are free 0 to 99. Yedie wakuma pe. Na obenya sikakyɛde free 50 Ghana cedis. Kopim 500 Ghana cedis.
So it be easy like that.
Just like that.
So I'll go buy my dream car.
Por supuesto. Just visit wanaown.us and win some cool cash prizes.
It's Bemi. Boom! Wanaown. You be too much.
Play responsibly. Gaming can be addictive. Accredited and endorsed by the Gaming Commission of Ghana.
And we are still experiencing doom so.
Nobody has said we haven't. I've promised you that we are going to work on it. And it's not a work that is a single event. It's a process. And we'll continue to work on it for the energy sector to become better.
Have you heard of calls for a timetable?
Ask those who want it to bring it.
And we are still experiencing doom so.
But due to underinvestment over the years, this has resulted in overloads, low voltages, and recurring outages. Government is addressing this issue head-on by implementing a nationwide transformer upgrade and replacement program. As an immediate intervention, this month alone, we have installed almost 200 transformers, and we have the list with Roxanne. He will make that available to you. Flashback.
So if ECG suddenly tells us that the whole of Ghana, our transformers are overloaded, and their maintenance work is no more daytime, but rather between 7 and 11 p.m., that is blatant falsehood. ECG, they do not even carry out maintenance in the night. They do regular routine maintenance in the afternoon. But if ECG now tells us that they've changed their system, and now they do all the routine maintenance in the night, and it's on daily basis. So East Legon, every night, they'll come and maintain the transformer. Every night. I mean, at a particular time between 7 and 11. I mean, no. It just doesn't add up. They should credit us with some modicum.
So the issue isn't maintenance, management, or...
Watching Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television, my guests are still here. Ataisa is MP for the good people of the Sanaragu constituency. And also here, Kojo Nsafapoko, who is an energy expert and also the executive director of INSTEP and also a communications member of the NPP. Kojo, sorry, I had to interrupt.
Yeah, so basically, I was trying to learn. And what I wanted to put to my guy is that he made a lot of conversation on the debt situation, which the NPP left behind, and the NDC have resolved in 2025. What a lot of Ghanaians don't avert their mind to is that when the NPP came into power in 2017, there were two major albatross. The take-or-pay, which was involved in the excess capacity that we had at the time, and then at the time too, we had ENI gas, which was also take-or-pay. Yes, they have procured the power, they've procured the capacity, which was a good thing. But the conversation that I want everybody to avert their mind to is that having excess capacity is not a bad thing, right? But you need a revenue stream to pay for it. If government has to use taxes and its natural revenue to pay for excess capacity, then it's money that government could have used for roads, hospital that is using to pay for excess capacity. Be it that in the future, we have now used up the excess capacity as we speak today. But at the time in 2017, it was a problem and a challenging issue for the government of the day because they have inherited over 2,000 capacity that they have to find money to pay, though it's not being used, right? At the same time, as the gas, the ENI gas, there was take or pay. So there was financial challenges that the NDC left behind, that the MPP inherited, that we dealt with.
Okay.
We dealt with it the best of our ability. We cleared a lot of these monies. We paid serious billions of millions of dollars to almost $1 billion to IPPs for the excess capacity. So today, if you have also inherited some indebtedness, deal with it and let's move on. Because government is continuous. So all these beautiful accounting presentation my brother did was really much ado about nothing, because as he said in the beginning, what the Ghanaians want is why are my lights off, and how do you manage it to turn it on. The final point I want to say is that Ghanaians watching us today, if they have lights to watch us, that is, would understand one thing. There's a party called MPP. When we are in power, we manage the energy sector and the lights are on. And there's a party called NDC, right, that will now make sure they mismanage the sector and your light is off.
Okay. You see,
you have 5 minutes.
You see, that is the hypocrisy that I was talking about. For he was running away from the truth and trying to tell us that is whether that is the problem. Then he ended up by saying it is NDC. So is the weather only affecting the country when NDC is in power?
No, the weather affects all of us. So when you are in power, you manage it well. So manage it well.
No, it is important we demonstrate to Ghanaians that you are not a credible alternative, because you left the country 1 year, 6 months ago. You were in government. We saw the results you delivered. You delivered an economy that was bankrupt, that couldn't pay anything, that was on the IMF program at the time that we advised you to go. You didn't go. That is the legacy you left.
But the lights were on.
You had multi-poverty dimension of close to 2.5 million Ghanaians in the poverty bracket. That is your legacy.
But the lights
you
were
left
on.
Our road network deplorable.
But the
that
lights were on.
Record. You left us with huge financial distress in the energy sector and regular power outages in the country. You over-procured at ECG. We cannot continue over-procuring. We are doing prudent governance. That is the difference between your government and us. And the reason why Dr. Baumia is not talking is because they will do him few moments later. Because if you are talking about people they do a few moments later, then I think Dr. Baumia doesn't have a competitor. He is the only person who said in 18 months they will fix all toilet and water problems in the country. He is the only one who said that. He is the only one who said they will do parity in dollar exchange, and if in doubt, observe it. The time you left, 17. So you can poo-poo the effort of this government. But like I said initially, the bottom line is that we must have a regular and stable power supply to our people. That should be the objective. So I think that the energy minister, whatever he has to do to make sure that they reduce the time schedule for the upgrades of systems and transformers, they must do it quickly. Because Ghanaians will not tolerate some level of discomfort. Because they change a weak government to a proper government, and it must lead to a proper service delivery. That's what I will say.
All right, let me do this quickly before maybe if there's time I can allow you to the both of you to do to give me a minute each. Let me say a happy birthday to you, Martha Yali of Royal Streams International. Today is your birthday, and from the Owusu Dames family, they say happy birthday to you, Martha Yali of Royal Streams International. You are celebrating your birthday today, and they say happy birthday to you. Let me also say that so Jaden Enyunyam Otutu Owusu Odame, today is your birthday as well. Daddy tells me that you're 8 years old, and he says prayer and message is that may God exceptionally bless you, make you a significant and relevant sign and wonder unto his family and generation. May he have may you have an upper hand in life, school, and in all situations in Jesus' name. That's coming from your father, Samuel Odame of Multimedia. That's Joy FM. So your father says he loves you so very much, and that happy birthday to you. And that's Jaden Enyunyam Otutu Owusu Odame. Let me also do this one. And hey, happy birthday to you, Esiejoa Yali of Royal Streams International School. I think I've done that already. Today you're 11 years old, so may your day be as beautiful, special, and amazing as you are. This is from Mommy and their family. So this one is from Mommy and the family. That's Esiejoa Yali of Royal Streams International School. You turned 11 today. So, Kojo Chumboafo. It says, good morning, Moro. Same Kojo Poku Baako. Kasa Bebre.
Hey, Kojo.
He's a very good friend.
My namesake Kojo. And he promised me wine that I've not gotten. I only see him on TikTok dancing away. So me, I'm just watching. We tell him that I say I'm going
old boogie. You keep bringing it back.
Because I've not seen him since. I've not seen him here since.
Anyway, I think I have that video. Maybe
he's
Bryce,
dancing.
maybe at the tail end of the show, let's play that. But he's a very good dancer.
He's a good dancer. He does.
So Musa Abatwa says, Musa Abatwa says, Donapoko is conveniently referring to statements made by NDC members during a similar situation, but it fails to acknowledge that the approach at the time was marked by lack of candor and disrespect for Ghanaians. The government has openly acknowledged the challenges with generation capacity, and we appeal to Ghanaians to remain patient as efforts have been intensified to restore a stable power supply. The NPP should be the last to raise alarm on this issue because their record in the energy sector is marked by debt accumulation and the inefficiencies arising from mismanagement and corruption. Carlos from Ododo says, regarding the energy sector, especially the power challenges, we must partly blame ourselves as NDC, both as a party and government. Immediately we assumed office, we should have clearly told Ghanaians the mess, corruption and poor state we inherited from the NPP, point by point. Now, when you inherit such a situation, you must act swiftly, expose the wrongdoing, and hold those responsible accountable. Instead, some people appear too comfortable with those who created the problems while they later come out to attack the government. You even hear some officials proudly saying they have not removed anyone since taking office, despite knowing some appointees may not support the government's agenda. Supporters would not be happy hearing that. Today, when the government speaks, many Ghanaians listen more to the opposition because the truth about what was inherited was not properly explained from the start. We must raise our game. It is not too late. As for Kojo, he knows next to nothing. When it comes to energy matters, talk is cheap, Carlos, and I say God bless you.
Shadow Energy Minister.
Alhaji Hamza from Pig Farm says that he says, good morning, my brother. Let's set the record straight. The Gridco boss was not sacked because he did same. He did some wrong. It was only fair that the minister asked him to step aside from the investigations to go in the fire at Akosombo. And let us not also forget that the minister was only commending our engineers for a very good job done so far. I totally believe in the energy minister that he will, as a matter of urgency, solve this problem, and he will do that. Moro, go to the same social media that Kojo is talking about and see how functions of MVP are all over the place singing and dancing simply because Ghana has a problem with our energy generation systems. Anyway, my brother, what happened to the Millennium Challenge account that Ghana was denied to date? And what has also happened to our monies that the PDS took from customers? Kojo, I hope you can help. I am watching.
Which of the Kojos?
I believe he's talking about you. Now, what we need to understand is that, and I've said it time and again, that reshuffle that happened was something that was planned as far back as in January. But of course, I mean, it's okay for the politicians to play political football with this, but it was purely an administrative decision. That's what I was informed.
You mean the Gridco situation?
Intel. I'm talking about not the Gridco. I'm talking about the ECG reshuffle. Yes, it was not a reactionary decision per se. I'm told that those how do you call it, internal arrangements were
he doesn't know that. He knows.
How would I know?
No, Kojo said he doesn't know.
I don't know. And when somebody goes on radio to make these utterances, it doesn't help with the morale of the workers. You know that.
Ebo Bachman of the United Party says that, Ebo, I don't know why, but you've okay, let me read that of Prosper Shikwe. It says, Moro, let's even assume that ECG did not stock fuses. Kojo was part of the previous government, which did not see the need to stock more fuses, but large quantities cables at the ECG. Kojo has changed power. He used to do proper non-political analysis and discussions around energy. What has happened to him? Prosper Shikwe.
What do you think fuses, the whole of 2025, what fuses do you think has been used?
Okay. Ebo Bachman says that it's unfortunate that the NPP's credibility and moral authority to comment on issues of national interest have been weakened, largely due to poor economic management during his time in office. They may be speaking loudly, but their message is failing to resonate with well-meaning Ghanaians.
That are in darkness.
Okay, so the boss MD says I should say hello to all of you.
The boss?
Yes.
Afechi, he's watching?
Yes.
Oh, good morning.
He says I should say hello to all of you. You know he's now been installed a chief by the Bupewura.
So what is his title now?
He must tell us. Afechi, what's your new title now? We need to know what the new title is.
Okay.
You know, apparently the chiefs drove all the way from, their base to come to Accra.
Because you know they have a facility in Bupi.
Yeah, they do.
Have you been there?
Yeah, I haven't been there.
Okay.
Yes.
That's the thing that Afechi should do. He should organize, because we the civil society, we've been to Bolgatanga, the depot, we've been to Bupi, we've seen how it works, and some of us support some of the things that boss does.
Right.
Some of the things that they should do for some of you journalists is to go and visit to see what they are doing. So Afechi, that's something you should do for the journalists so that they can have first-hand appreciation of what boss is doing.
But I'm sure that he has heard you.
Because he's no more part of civil society.
No, he's still part of civil society.
Me? I'm 100% part of civil society.
That's why he can disagree with the minority, and you have an issue with that.
He can't disagree.
Anyway, so I've actually heard him. But so you should tell us what your new title is, because for chiefs to come all the way from their base to come and commend you for doing a good job, and to how do you call it?
No, because you see, now you've mentioned boss. You know, boss does a lot that a lot of people don't know.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And because of that, anytime there is something to be done, everybody says, oh, take away the boss margin, take away the boss margin. And I think boss should be up and running to let Ghanaians appreciate the work that boss does.
I agree with you.
If what was the title of the chief?
I'll get his full name.
Not Afechi, the chief who gave the...
So Bupewura praises Boss Energy's MD.
Bupewura, which is like the
warrior of development,
Omahine of the area.
Yes,
right. So if a whole chief of that area appreciates what boss is doing, a lot of Ghanaians don't know what boss is doing.
Right.
So Afechi is a challenge for you. You should let Ghanaians appreciate what boss does.
Right.
So that in the long term, when some of these conversations come, people will know exactly the impact you have in Ghana's environment.
So discover MNC Group Global. MNC Group Global. You're not one partner in minerals and food.
You said giving us 1 minute.
Real estate development and general logistics. They're also into procurement, to management consultancy, investment advisory, import and export. They have headquarters in East Legon, right here in Accra, Ghana. MNC Group, they have offices in Dubai, Hong Kong, Guangzhou in China, Johannesburg in South Africa, Virginia in USA, Arezzo in Italy, and Hanover, Germany. Now, they connect markets that drive business growth with tailor-made solutions to meet your needs. So trust us to maximize your value in every deal. Reach us on mncgroup at mncgroup.com or call 0302 998 246 or 056-103-2252. MNC Group, totally reliant. Now, Samuel Brand Boabin says, good morning. Isn't it ironic that a government that promised a 24-hour economy cannot keep the light on for 24 hours? The much touted 133 jobs have become 133 doomsaw, and they are blaming every snake rather than themselves. We have traded Akala team for black and white. The citizens should brace themselves for this period. These people are not committed in doing anything to better the lives of Ghana. And Samuel Brand Boabin. My name is Audu Morto.
Hello everyone, my name is Glorious, a Nigerian living in Ghana. We have an event coming up. It is called Cook Africa on